Pre-game on Root Sports is presented by Vizzy's new Mimosa Hard Seltzer. Now available at a retailer near you.
Fans came in for game one. They had to leave T-Mobile Park because there's a second game tonight. That's right, little man. It's a doubleheader. Yes, the Angels in town doing battle with the Mariners. Angels take game one. Mariners looking for a split in the nightcap. We've got it for you right here on Root Sports. And coming in out of the pen up here in left center field sets, Brett Adam, our baseball analyst, Mr. Ryan Rowland-Smith. Kind of a fitting role for you, my friend. Yeah. You and I just coming in out of the pen. Coming in hard for game two.
That's right. We're fresh. We weren't here for the first game. We're ready to roll. That's right.
We'll talk about the first game, though, briefly, though, because Mike Trout ends this one in the 10th inning. The Mariners lose. But in the third inning, it started off good for the Steelheads, I should say. Dylan Moore, home run to left.
Yeah, starting to show some pop. Look at that, 280 in the month of June. Remember, he's hitting 128 in the month of May. That's going to get him some more playing time. Good to see bottom part of that lineup doing good stuff.
Fourth inning, Flexen's one mistake, a 2-on, and this is a 2-run double as Moore can't grab this one from Suzuki.
And that hurts too. Kurt Suzuki, we saw him a bunch with the Oakland A's even back when I was playing. Now he's back in the AL West, of course, doing damage to the Mariners.
How about Julio doing damage?
Yeah, he owns right field. Already 3 home runs to the opposite field. That's, by the way, top 10 in Major League Baseball. But again, RBI single, getting it done.
Ties it in the 7th to the 10th. We go 1 on, 2 outs, and that's not where you want to face or pitch to Mike Trout.
No, do you pitch to him? That's the big question. You got Ohtani right behind him, but that is his happy zone down. That was, by the way, below the strike zone too, but he is just so strong, so good. Punched out a couple times before that, able to get that pitch.
50 home runs now against the Mariners, 31 here at T-Mobile Park, most among any visiting player. Mariners lineup, our Swinomish Casino and Lodge lineup for game 2. Moore, you're back in there after the solo home run. Julio leading off once again. France, Suarez, Crawford. You've got Frazier in left, Upton DH, and Cal Raleigh doing your catching. All right, so that's kind of the lineup, the hitting as they try to get a split in the 80th doubleheader in team history. All right, now to figure out what's going on the mound, the plan for the pitchers in game 2. We'll go down the field and join Jen Mueller for that.
Well, it was almost a game-time decision, Brad. The Mariners needed to get all the way through game 1 before they made the decision on who was going to start today for game 2, and that will be Penn Murfee. We usually see him out of the pen, but he will be used as an opener. Now, we know from Scott Service in what he said the last couple of days that he wants somebody to take that bulk role. So they've got a couple of options. Tommy Milone was called up from AAA Tacoma. He has been starting for the Rainiers. And Justice Sheffield was designated as the 27th man for the for the doubleheader. And Scott Service said we are going to see him pitch out of the pen today. He has been in a starting role in Tacoma, got stretched out, got back in that mindset. 30 1/3 innings pitched, 34 strikeouts, those 15 walks. Look, it's not really the numbers that he's looking at. It's for the progress that he has made in his overall approach.
Mostly just pound the zone. You know, I guess my process wasn't great in years past, I guess. And, you know, that was something that I was told that I probably need to start working on. And, you know, since I came down here, I've been focusing on that, getting ahead, 0-0s and 1-1s, and, you know, trying to do everything I can to get back to the big leagues, really. And, you know, I'm seeing, you know, some positive results after working on that.
Yeah, you know, Chef's been an absolute pro. Come down here and kind of handle some different things that they wanted him to work on, and a lot of that was just being in zone more. And like I said, he's working every day to do that, and it's shown in it's translated into the actual games is what he's been working off the field. So yeah, mainly he's just been throwing his slider in good areas and getting ahead with every pitch.
You are going to hear much more from the guys in Tacoma on a brand new episode of Mariners All Access, debuting tomorrow at noon. You'll also get a look at the automated strike zone, how that changes the game, and the responsibilities for catchers. Now, a couple other things. Penn Murfee just walked out to the bullpen to start his warm-up tosses. I asked when the last time was he had started a game. He just kind of said, I don't know. I think it was sometime last year. I'm sure he's going to have fun with it. In order to have Tommy Milone here on the big league roster, a roster move had to be made. Matt Festa was optioned to Tacoma. Joey Gerber was designated for assignment. We've had some moving pieces of our own today on the broadcast. Angie Mentink is in the booth providing color analyst and providing a little insight before the game. And I'm sure that Cal Raleigh thought that he was going to get game 1 off, but he was pressed into service. And look, when you take a look at his season, he had 4 hits in the first 19 games. He looks completely different now.
Yeah, it's hard to think of a switch-hitting catcher with power as a catch-first guy, but really that's what Cal is, and understandably so. It's one thing to be able to hit at the major league level. It's a whole other thing to be able to handle an entire starting rotation and a bullpen. And Cal Raleigh first did that, and once he got that foundation underneath him, then we're starting to see a little bit more of this. Hit the home run, and then came about 4 feet away from hitting a second home run. And it's not just power from the left side. We're starting to see a little bit more of that from the right side as well. But yeah, Cal Murfee is finally starting to be the hitter that we knew he could be, but I think he did this right. Focus on catching first and handling the staff, and then the battle come later.
Yeah, and he has earned the respect of every single pitcher on this staff. Now, when you think about today's games, it can't be looked at in a vacuum. There is a lot of baseball being played in a very short amount of time, and I think it's probably as much of a mental challenge as it is a physical one, right?
Yeah, you're talking about playing 4 games in 48 hours, and it was really strange. When I listened to Scott Service last night in the post-game show, it was like a switch had flipped with him. I haven't heard him be that intense in a really long time, and I think he was basically just laying it there for his team to say, listen, I don't care how much baseball we have in front of us. The team in the other dugout is in the same situation. I want to see what my guys are made of, and I think that we are starting to see that over the course of this. Sure, first game did not go well, but nobody was giving up at bats. Guys were grinding, laying out, getting uniforms dirty. So I think Scott really kind of put it before his team, and they're responding.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see the second game, and so fun to see you in the booth. I love seeing you there. Go crush it, gal.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's fun. Thanks for letting me back in, everybody.
Many more times, we hope.
Thanks, Jim.
One of the other things Scott Service pointed out is that it is tough to face a single team 5 straight games. It is the team that makes the quickest and best adjustments that will come out ahead. We will see how the Mariners adjust here in Game 2. And coming up next, we will see a little bit of Jerry and Jonah DePoto. Father's Day weekend gives us a chance to catch up with Jerry's son and have a very cool conversation when Mariners pregame presented by Vizzy Mimosa Hard Seltzer continues.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stand.
Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw. Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run. Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome. That ball is gone.
106. That would be a new record.
It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
pregame is brought to you by your local Ford dealer, home of the F-150, America's best-selling truck for 45 years. Welcome to Game 2, pregame of the doubleheader. Angels take Game 1 by a score of 4-2. Brad Adam with you out here. All right, now, we know tomorrow is Father's Day, and I hope my girls have something pretty big planned. I'm looking forward to it, girls. Mariners GM Jerry DiPoto, also a father. He's got 3 kids, including son Jonah, who's a pitcher in the Kansas City Royals organization. Now, earlier in spring training, a very special moment as Jonah got to pitch for the Royals against the Mariners, his dad's team, with Jerry in attendance. And Angie Menting recently had a chance to talk to Jonah about that heartwarming sequence and about his father.
Give us an idea, Jonah, what kind of dad Jerry DiPoto is.
Wow, I mean, he's got to be he's probably one of the most loving people. He's also extremely supportive in every way, which is awesome. Probably not a shock to anybody out there, but he's also kind of a genius. And it really helps me through like everything in my life. Anytime I have a question, anything, he's always there with answers for everything, which is always wonderful.
Jonah, I think all of us have kind of pretended with our fantasy baseball leagues and everything that we are Jerry DiPoto from time to time. But I think all of us actually were Jerry DiPoto in spring training, watching him watch you. Can you take us back to that spring training game and how special that was?
I mean, that was awesome. That's one of those moments that you dream about forever. I mean, I've been dreaming about that since I was a little kid, and getting to be out there and especially being able to pitch against his team while he was there is really cool. But I mean, that's just indescribable, honestly, how cool it was. And then after the fact, being able to sit down and talk to him about the outing and take some pictures on the field and all that stuff is awesome too.
You have it from your perspective when you're out on the mound and you're doing your thing. Have you seen a video of just the interactions and the split screens and everything else?
Yeah, right after that game, there was a bunch of people started sending me videos and stuff of everything going on. And it was so cool. I think the one that stuck with me the most was he gave like a fist pump, I think after a strikeout, which was really cool. And then there was a guy on Twitter did like a side-by-side where it was like me and him pitching, which I thought was really cool. And we kind of joked about it because back in 2020, I completely changed my mechanics and was trying all this new stuff and ended up being more like he was, which was really funny to me because I thought I was doing my own thing and I was just doing what was probably already just ingrained in me since I was 2 years old.
We all try so hard not to become our parents, and then it just happens. It just happens. Yeah. As we approach this Father's Day, Jonah, if you could give us a Father's Day message for your dad.
I just want to tell him, love you. Keep doing what you do. Hopefully I'll get to see you out there pretty soon. But I love you.
Jonah, well said. Pretty cool message there. Hey, up next on an all-access pass, courtesy of the Mariners' top hitter. That would be Ty France. He puts on a mic during batting practice to offer a glimpse of life inside the lines. Get fired up, Mariners and Angels. And Ty coming up.
It is gone!
Every time he steps up to the plate, goes into his windup, or runs one down.
Oh, you won't see a better one than that.
He competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stands.
Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw.
Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star. This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza! The Boston Red Sox are
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome. That ball is gone. 106. That would be a new record. It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
Pregame on Root Sports is presented by Vizzy's new Mimosa Hard Seltzer. Now available at a retailer near you.
There's reliever Penn Murfee, who tossed a scoreless inning last night, but he'll be starter Penn Murfee today, his first big league start. Did have 14 starts in the minors last year. Again, the opener going an inning, maybe 2 tonight in game 2. We'll take a look at the pitching matchup, or EQC pitching matchup. It's Murphy and Jose Suarez, the 27th man on the Angels roster today, just called up from AAA. He'll get the start. It'll be his 6th turn on the season. Not a great start for him, but again, after Murphy, it's going to be lefties Tommy Malone and Justice Sheffield.
Yeah, something's definitely wrong with this one. Pineapple does not go on pizza at all. I just can't do it. The eggs? Yeah. No, ketchup and egg, no. I could do like gravy on eggs, but ketchup, you know, that's for like French fries and things like that, onion rings. Yeah, I could do this. So what's wrong with that? Just snuggle up with a dog. Look like this is a short-haired dog, so it probably don't shed as much, so probably be solid.
I like that, Chef. What's wrong with this pick? I agree with all of them except the pineapple. I'm okay with it on pizza. All right. Well, so far this year, we all know Ty France, Mariners first baseman, has performed certainly at an all-star level. He will be an all-star next month, no doubt. Leads the Mariners in hits, batting average, on-base percentage, OPS, lots of statistics, and playing a good defensive first base as well. Recently, Ty was kind enough to wear a microphone before a game during batting practice in Houston and gives us this all-access pass to his preparation.
What's up, Interim? Hey, man. How you doing, man? Let me fix that bow tie for you real quick.
Yeah, make sure it's all top, my top button's buttoned.
Yep. Can you breathe with the top button so high?
What we got?
Kevin asked me to put a mic on today. I don't really understand why, but we're going to go with it.
Well, that's your band.
It was his idea. Why you won't let me steal? That's my big one.
Waiting for the perfect time.
And I've been hearing that for 2 years.
It's going to be the perfect time.
So tonight.
We'll see.
You heard it here first. He's going to let me steal tonight. You can throw a demo today. I don't want to throw a lot.
Whoa. What do you think?
Well, you can ask Demo if you. All right. I play first, so whatever you guys need. Whatever you need. We're trying to hit some homers today. See how it goes. Make me like Gino. I want to be Gino when I grow up. Guy's got it going on. He's really good at baseball. Handsome. Great person. Good vibes only. Gosh darn it.
Down and off. So like down. seeing.
How come you scissor every time?
It's just easier for me to do.
Even if you're like someone isn't. I've always noticed you do that.
Yeah.
No, sorry, I slipped. Last one. What do you got, batting coach? So my hips don't look as slidey right there. So I got a good story for you. So in high school I switch hit.
Wait, actually?
Not like super consistently, but you
took left-handed at bats.
Yes, I took left-handed at bats. And so my dad was really big on me wanting to switch hit. And so I get to San Diego State, and he was like, hey, go ask Coach Quinn if you can switch hit. I'm like, Dad, I don't want to do that. And he's like, oh, just go do it. And I was like, all right, I'll go ask. So, hey, Coach Quinn, I know you've known me for a whole 3 days, but can I switch hit? He goes, all right, let's see what you got. So they're hitting flips, and I'm just yanking every ball, just turning on, rolling it over. He goes, can you hit the ball the other way? I said, yeah. He goes, all right, well, show me. Roll over, pull. And he goes, I don't think you're lefty, kid. Stick to righty.
Bang it.
Yeah. That's a guy you should have mic'd up. He's funny. He's real funny.
Next week.
It's for the Mariners Roots Sport All Access magazine.
Magazine?
Yeah. You have to wear
a magazine?
You got to wear a mic for a magazine. Oh. Front foot homer? Yeah. That's cool. Ow. Whoa. I ain't done that in a week. Okay, so I have one good round in 6 days. Now I got to shut it down?
Yeah. No, it's taking it in the game.
Oh.
Don't shut it down. Keep going.
All right, Kevin, we're done for today. And that's a wrap.
I like that, a wrap wearing a mic on the magazine show. No lefty for Ty France tonight, just righty at bats as we get you set for the second game of the doubleheader. Over 17 minutes to go. First pitch from Penn Murfee coming up. The Moose entertaining the fans. We've got the Mariners and Angels looking for a split coming up here on Root Sports.
To the track, to the wall. He made the catch.
Catch your team.
Oh, what a play.
My team.
He lifts and makes the catch.
Every team.
As good as it gets.
Only on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stand.
Here comes Roger Maris. Oh! There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw. Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza. The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Tomey. That ball is gone. 106. That would be a new record. It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
Roof report. You can see the roof is closed. 61 degrees. Okay, winds 5 miles per hour. Again, our Valentine Roofing roof report might open during, but certainly closed right now. All right, the Angels have announced their lineup, and look at this. After he told me yesterday he would not be playing both games of the doubleheader,
He lied.
he lied to me. Would he lie to me? Wait a minute. He did lie to me. Trout says, yeah, he's got 3 hits this series, all 2-run home runs. Ohtani DH once again. You got Ward, Duffy as well out there, and Velasquez rounds out the 9. So, wow, I didn't think about that. So, Mike Trout not truthful with me. I'm going to have to talk to him about that. Scary about that. All right, so we know Penn Murfee starting an inning. probably maybe two. Who knows?
Maybe
you've got then two lefties. You got Malone, who's called up, and Sheffield, the 27th man today for the doubleheader. You're looking forward to the key to the game. Are those guys carrying the bulk of this game? And we'll start with Tommy Malone.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think so. I think both of these guys are most likely going to get in the game today. Tommy Malone, let's not forget, he was here in 2019, had the bulk of his career with the Minnesota Twins, and then moved on to the Oakland A's. But remember, 2019 was the year of the opener. This guy had to pitch behind an opener, if you want to call it the bulk guy or piggyback, whatever you want to call it. So he's definitely used to this. So good chance we're going to see him today.
Exactly. All right, Tommy Malone, a lot of experience. And then behind him, Justice Sheffield has been down there in Tacoma trying to work his way back, and we'll see him tonight on the mound.
And good to see Justice Sheffield back. When you look at the numbers from the outside looking in, you kind of look and say, man, he is really struggling. But there has been some progress. And I think for Justice Sheffield, the biggest thing for him tonight, we changed how he profiles that fastball. He went from that four-seam up in the strike zone to pitching on both sides of the plate, down in the strike zone. He went to that two-seamer. Pete Woodworth made him change it. The key for him, get to two strikes so he can show off that slider. And I think, too, Brad, let's not forget, too, I've been in this situation before with that extra man. You can't come into this with the mindset thinking, you know what, I'm just kind of filling in. No, no, no. Both these guys, Tommy Malone and Justice Sheffield, have to come in, prove that they should stick around. It's kind of like an audition. This is a chance for them maybe to stick around and then be here the rest of the year.
Because you never know. Exactly right. All right, so that's Malone and Sheffield. You're looking forward to the key to the game. All right, you can watch baseball live or on demand on your favorite supported devices. Save 50% now through Father's Day. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. And we will be right back getting you set, Mariners and Angels.
Every time he steps up to the plate, goes into his windup, or runs one down.
Oh, you won't see a better one than that.
He competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stand.
Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw. Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza! The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Tomey. That ball is gone. 106. That would be a new record. It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
He slugged his 8th home run of the season last night, which is tied for most in the majors by a player at that position. Cal, one of 5 catchers with 8 long balls. Here's hoping he gets number 9 in the second half of this twin bill. Today, by the way, marks the 6th doubleheader between the Angels and Mariners, but the first since 1985. In fact, Seattle and the then California Angels played a twin bill on both August 12th and the 14th of that year. On August 12th, Phil Bradley hit a walk-off homer to win a game, game 1, while on August 14th, Jim Beattie pitched 6 scoreless innings to pace the Mariners in game 2. 5 of the 6 doubleheaders have been played right here in Seattle. The Angels, by the way, if you missed it, got game 1 earlier today, 4-2. So the best the M's can do, and it'll be the goal, get a split, and then take the series tomorrow in the 5th and final game of the matchup. Right now, let's send it upstairs to the duo that'll take you through the ball game tonight, Dave Sims and Angie Minting.
Thank you, Tom. It's been a good day for me. I had Harold Reynolds in the first game. Angie's with me. All right, Ange.
This is like following Einstein on Jeopardy, following Harold Reynolds. The stories.
Good to have you with us.
Thank
Good
you.
stuff here. You know, the first game, we got Mike Trout it again. What else is new, right?
Yeah, nothing surprising anyone there with Mike Trout. This is kind of his home away from home, if you will. Yeah, he leads all visiting players with home run, and it really didn't start in game one. It started much earlier in this series.
Absolutely. Yeah. We pick it up back on Thursday. He had 2 two-run homers. Here's the first one off of George Kirby.
Yeah, and that was before Thursday when I said he was the all-time leader in home runs. He just adds to it. 2 swings, 4 runs, and that's just the thing that Mike Trout does. He's able to change the game with 1 swing of the bat, and he did it with 2 right there. He was the difference.
And a common theme, those 2 balls were low. Look, he went down and got that one. You cannot throw him in that zone.
Yes, you know, the bullpen had been so good. They were 0 for 13. The Angels were after Flexen left, before Trout came to the plate, of course, there in the 10th. It's why you wanted the Mariners to win that game in the 7th or the 8th when they had traffic. But to your point, yes, he does like the low ball, but look at all of these home runs. They are everywhere. Splitters, sinkers, cutters, sliders, changeups, 4 seams. It doesn't matter. High, low, inside out. Mike Trout has hit them all.
Indeed, he has. And we're going to take a break. When we come back, got an interesting story about the Mariner pitching. It is a doubleheader after all, and different kinds of things happen when you got a double dip. We'll explain when we come back as the fans work their way in for game 2 of this split doubleheader here in Seattle.
There's more to baseball than just the game.
Who's the biggest jokester in that clubhouse?
MLB Network's Off Base, the show that talks about baseball and everything around it.
The sky's the limit. That's why we love this sport.
Off Base, only on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stands.
Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time.
I don't believe what I just saw.
Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star. This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run. Mike Piazza. The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Tomey. That ball is gone.
106. That would be a new record.
It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
Sports is brought to you by First Tech Federal Credit Union. First Tech is your financial partner investing in Mariner fans everywhere. And by your local Ford dealer, home of the F-150, America's best-selling truck for 45 years. Game 2 of a double dip with the Angels as we welcome you inside T-Mobile Park. Let's talk about Mariner pitching for today as we get you set for Game 2. Mariners are 3-6 in this homestand. What are we looking at here tonight, Andrew?
Well, Penn Murfee is going to get the start, his first major league start. He is going to be the opener, although I have to admit I was hoping to see Sergio Romo as the opener, who was the OG opener for the Rays against these very Angels, and struck out Zach Cozart, Mike Trout, and Justin Upton way back in the day. But no, it's going to be Penn Murfee. Justice Sheffield or Tommy Malone will be doing the bulk of the work. If I have to read this, and we didn't get a chance to talk to the skipper in between games, I'm thinking Tommy Malone's next one out of the gates. And if for some reason he's faltering against these Angels, Justice Sheffield, who's been pitching so well down in AAA Tacoma, will be in there. They had to option Matt Festa.
All right, keys in the first inning for Mr. Penn Murfee with a couple of dangerous guys in the first 3.
I was just going to say, hey, listen, kid, you're making your first major league start. He's like, wait a minute, I walk out to the bullpen right now? I'm not in the bullpen? Yeah, go out to the bullpen and get warmed up from the first base dugout. I would just say to him, don't leave anything out there. You're going to be out there for an inning. Go ahead and do what you're supposed to do. Concentrate on getting these first 3 outs for the Mariners.
There you have it, the setup for Game 2. Glad you're with us, everybody. We had a good crowd earlier, 24,071, looking like similar number today as these folks stream in. First pitch is straight ahead.
It is gone!
Every time he steps up to the plate, goes into his windup,
Swing and a miss!
or runs one down.
He caught it! Oh, you won't see a better one than that!
He competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stand.
Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw. Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza. The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome. That ball is gone. 106. That would be a new record. It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions. Struck him out. Crawford to first in time.
Well, the fans are making their way back into T-Mobile Park. This is the third of 3 games down here in Soto. And right now the Mariners want to get back into this series against the Angels as they line up outside of Edgar's statue inside T-Mobile Park. Look at a couple of all-time greats, Rod Carew, Ken Griffey Jr. representing the 2 teams we're going to see here tonight. Dave Sims, Angie Mentic joining us here on the second game today. Glad you are with us here in T-Mobile Park. Let's take a look at the Angels lineup that will face Penn Murfee in his first big league start.
Yeah, the ones that he's going to be responsible for, Taylor Ward, Mike Trout, and Shohei Ohtani there at the top. Ohtani DHing both of these games. We didn't know if we were going to see Mike Trout back out there in center field. Originally, he said he was just going to play one of these 2. I wonder if the 0-for-4 start for his day, even though he ended up winning the game, made him think, nah, I'm going to come back out there for game 2. Duffy's going to be at third, Luis Rengifo, the switch hitter, at second, and Andrew Velasquez, the other switch hitter in the lineup for the Angels, out at short.
Penn Murfee on the mound here, his first big league start.
Yeah, and basically you've got slider and fastball, and they are 50-50, Dave. Slider checking in there about 80 miles per hour. The fastball touching 89. But Penn Murfee, he is in this situation because every single time out, they continue to give him more and more responsibility, and he continues to respond.
Well, Dylan Moore is going to be in right field to start. He finished up in right field the first game. Began first game in left field. Made a couple of nice catches.
I saw a little yawn there. I saw a little yawn there.
A little
yeah,
coffee
exactly.
up.
A little coffee.
Our first pitch brought to you by First Tech Federal Credit Union. Penn Murfee, he of the big slider. He can move it all around. First pitch. And it's in there for strike. Jerry Lane, the crew chief, balls and strikes. For this game, Nick Marley at first, Hunter Wendelstadt, the umpire, at second, and David Arrieta at third. Taylor Ward led off the first game, went 0 for 5. Couple of strikes from Penn Murfee. Young man out of Nashville, Tennessee, went to Santa Clara University and Vanderbilt.
That's something he does so well, Dave. Strike 1 and strike 2, better than just about everyone on the staff. All of a sudden, you're 0-2 against this guy.
Fly ball. Dylan Moore barely has to move. 1 out. All right, now here comes the issue at hand, always at hand in this building. Michael Trout. And Mr. Trout, first 4 ABs. How about this? K looking, fly to center, K looking, K swinging. 1-1 pitch, 10th inning, low outside pitch. Boom, 2-run homer, game over.
That's the thing. Mike Trout recently went through a 7-game hitless streak. You saw that he scuffled out of the gates in game 1. But, I mean, when this guy gets hot, he just gets white hot. And really, if he didn't get hot, he wouldn't dip below 300. A guy like him and the way he hits, he'd be hitting 400 or well over.
Mike Trout has done some kind of damage in this ballpark. Look at that, a career 50 home runs against the Mariners. That's the most against any opponent. Murphy's got him 0-2.
Did I mention that he gets guys strike 1 and strike 2 quickly? In the first 2, he goes 0-2. And that just changes the entire dynamic of the at-bat. Now, all of a sudden, Mike Trout's on the other side of things.
Yeah, that's the difference maker right there. 0-2 to Trout. Top of the top of the zone, didn't get a call.
Maybe take a look with our EQC tracer. And I feel like Cal just kind of snatched at that just a little bit, and I don't know if he didn't think he was going to get it, or maybe Penn missed his spot just a little bit. But Cal not even trying to bring that one back.
1-2 to Trout. Big sweeper missed outside. 2-2. Look at that. All 3 of the hits are 2-run homers. We were talking about it in the first game, Ange, how this background, this batter's eye, is one of the best around. And 2 guys I've heard rave about it, Mike Trout and Nelson Cruz. 2-2.
And it didn't start out that way. Oh, there we go. Penn Murfee, he's going to take a walk and he's going to think about this, but you have to believe in his first major league start. And sure, Penn Murphy's been out here with several major league appearances, but to get Mike Trout looking, that's pretty cool.
I know you got some more on the batter's eye when when this building opened back in the day.
Yeah, they had bushes out there. They tried all sorts of things, and it was really difficult the way the sun hit it. And they really did try like 3 or 4 different batter's eyes before they finally settled on this one. And to your point, from there on out, hitters have been able to see it really well.
Here's Ohtani, a couple of fly balls he just missed his last 2 at bats in the first game. He flied out to right in the 8th inning and flied to center in the 10th, and both of them jumped off his bat, but really didn't carry all the way out, thank goodness. Here's the 1-0 pitch. 2-0. Ohtani DHing. Thursday, he was sensational in a win against the Mariners, 4-1. He got the victory, his 5th of the year, going 6 innings, a 3-hit shutout ball. 2-0. Goes the other way. Backs up Frazier on the track. Reaches and hangs in there and makes the catch. Adam Frazier for the 3rd out in the 1st inning as Ohtani gave it a ride, gave us a scare. Mariners coming to bat.
Good nights lead to great mornings. Get generic Viagra shipped discreetly to your door at RexMD.com. Your consultation is free. There's no copays, no doctor office visits, and your shipping is always free. Visit RexMD.com right now.
What can you expect from ButcherBox? 100% grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, heritage breed pork, and so much more. From farmers who believe in raising animals with care, with no antibiotics or added hormones. Ever. All with free shipping right to your door. Together, we can make a difference, one meal at a time. Get free bacon for the life of your membership.
At Boll & Branch, we don't make bedding like everyone else. We make it better. We prioritize thread quality, not thread count. We source the finest 100% organic cotton to make the softest, most luxurious fabrics on earth. We're free from toxins, the way home should be. Boll & Branch is made different, so you can sleep better at night. Experience the difference at bollandbranch.com.
This doubleheader, Jose Suarez, a left-hander, is going to face the Mariners. The lineup will begin with Mr. Rodriguez.
Yeah, Julio Rodriguez had never led off until game 1 of this doubleheader today. It was the last position in the lineup that he had not found himself in. He finds himself back in that position for game 2. Ty France. I will try not to talk about it, Dave, all day long. Eugenio Suarez playing 3rd. How about J.P. Crawford, the big number 4 hitter? It's happening. Dylan Moore hit the home run in the first game. He's back out there in right field. And Cal Raleigh, who had to come in that first game and finish it off catching, is back out there behind the dish.
There's Suarez, appointed as the 27th man for this doubleheader's 4th big league start this season.
He's seen the Mariners before and actually had some pretty good success against them in 7 games, 6 of them starts. He's 3-1. His ERA, though, a little bloated at 4.18, but also very good here at T-Mobile Park, unfortunately.
Mariners got to get things going here. 2 for 12 runners in scoring position. Matter of fact, both teams hit that number in the first game as Suarez deals 1-0 to Julio. Hot line drive left field. It is a screamer. One hop up against the fence. Julio, a leadoff double. And that's an energizer right there for game number 2. Julio coming off a 1 for 5 RBI performance in the first game. It's his 12th double.
Well, this guy was so clutch in game 1, tying the game late, and then Julio, I think he likes the leadoff spot, Dave. It just jumps all over the first pitch he sees from Suarez.
Well, that was a good swing and a good result.
The only problem here is we don't get to watch him steal second.
It's okay. He's in scoring position with a good man at the plate, Ty France. 1 for 4 in the first game. Suarez, 7 career games against the Mariners, 6 starts, a 3-1 record, 4.18 ERA. Here at T-Mobile, 3-0 with a 2.87 in 3 career games. Up and down between the big club and AAA. Salt Lake City. Breaking ball hit foul. Ty France started the day 5th in batting average and 5th in runs batted in. Tremendous hitter. If you haven't already done so, Those
You
ballots
gonna say
going.
vote? Good.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Get it going.
They were just had up there what he does when it matters, and that's with runners in scoring position, hitting over 400 this season.
And Julio, boy, that was dangerous. Foul ball. The ball stayed fair. Doesn't give a better chance to be out at third.
You see a dribbler hesitates for a second. And
oof, that could have been dangerous.
I think Maniac letting him know.
Oh, I'm sure he did. Knowing Manny. Angels 2-1 in this series. I'll wrap up tomorrow. Mariners travel Monday, go to Oakland for 3, and then see the Angels right quick again beginning Friday in Anaheim for a 4-game set, then come home, finish out the month, the series against Baltimore and Oakland. 1-2 here to tie. Good speed at second and Julio Rodriguez.
Ty France has such good plate discipline, and there's not much you can do with that pitch from a lefty like Suarez. It just barely touches the outside corner. You'd have to wait 3 days to be able to make contact with that.
2-2 to tie. Try to pick him off. Well, you don't want to lose this opportunity.
No, and Julio's had to stay really close to second because Rengifo there with the shift is only about 4 or 5 feet off of second base.
Series started on Thursday, 4-1 Angels. Mariners come back last night, 8-1. First game of the double dip today, 4-2 Angels. Mariners 3-6 on this homestand. 2-2 pitch in the dirt. Ty France, the best hitter for the Mariners, pretty much from day one.
Remember, this is a guy that was flirting with hitting 400 down in AAA before he came up to the majors, and basically has stayed here forever now as part of the Mariners. I don't care if you hit 400 in high school. That's saying something.
That's a great number. Julio going to test Trout's arm. Nope. And it draws a throw. And it's like over the last couple of years, Trout's arm has gotten a little bit better.
Yeah, Jose Suarez, who was designated as the 27th player for the Angels today. You're going to see most of the time the four-seam fastball, and then from there it's curve, changeup, and every once in a while he'll throw in a sinker.
Ty France retired, brings up Eugenio Suarez. Gino, a tough 0 for 5, a strikeout, ground out, fly to left, ground out to third, and a fly to right. Home run leader for the ball club with 12. Gino taking that big inhale and then big exhale.
Sort of interesting to see Eugenio hitting in front of J.P. Crawford in the order, but Scott Service keeps messing with that 3-4, 1-3-4 really. Ty France we always consistently see in that second spot, but runs have been hard to come by so far in this series, and you're trying to do everything to get something going.
Looking for the right combination. If it clicks, he'll ride with it. You can guarantee that. 2-0 to Gino. Keeping Julio fairly close at second base. 1 out. Long look at it. 3-0. Suarez out of Naguaguana in Venezuela. Just 24 years old. 4th year in the bigs. This will be career game number 51 37th career start. There's Gino's numbers. Done a better job home runs against righties. 3-0, turned him loose. I like that.
I like it as well. Eugenio Suarez is the guy that isn't going to try to do too much with the 3-0 pitch, but just missed 94 middle in. You got to be able to trust your hitter there in a situation if you're going to give him a green light on 3-0.
He's a veteran. He once hit 49 home runs, and I'd like to get him back on that train. One out, one on, just underway here in the bottom of the first inning. Penn Murfee went 1-2-3, striking out Trout looking in the top half of this first. Here's a payoff to Suarez. And he takes ball 4. Couple of men aboard here for J.P. Crawford. Let's see what J.P. can do. He batted third in the first game, went 0 for 5. Been all over. Led off in last night's game, went 0 for 4 with an RBI. And led off the game before that. Good to have him back the last few games, Angie, after that food poisoning episode.
Yeah, and he came back and looked like he hadn't been gone at all. I really like the way that he's been taking what the defense gives him right here as he rolls over a ball to first base.
Safe. Just a little confusion and congestion at first base, and the Mariners benefit. It's a base hit. The bases are loaded for Dylan Moore.
Teams keep shifting him, and we've seen him go the opposite way. This time he rolls over the ball, and to your point, Rengifo is over there, Suarez is getting over there. Everybody's trying to get over there and figure out who's going to cover first, and Suarez takes his eye, I think, off the ball just because he feels Rengifo's presence there and not able to catch it with the bare hand. And Crawford's safe, and all of a sudden the bases are loaded.
Nice situation right here. Dylan Moore, bases loaded. He's batting in the 5 spot. He hit his 3rd home run of the season. First time up on a 2-2 pitch in the 3rd inning, leading off. A line drive into the lower left field stands. Breaking ball. Ball 1.
I really root for Dylan Moore, Dave, because he is one of those guys that is doing nothing but grinding behind the scenes. I mean, this guy works so hard on his swing, and he's really trying to make the most of the opportunities he's been given this season.
1-0 pitch up high, 2-0. His defense has been absolutely stellar. Left field, right field, first, second, third, short. He's been outstanding, trying to get that batting average back to get up to a little bit better number than where he is right now, starting at an even 200.
Yeah, that's such a luxury, though, for a skipper to have, is to have a guy that can not just be serviceable out there defensively, but he almost made a fantastic diving catch down the left field line in game 1, but he's one of the few guys that you have on this roster, if not the only one, that can give J.P. Crawford a breather at short. But he plays defense well everywhere you put him. He's not serviceable, he's fantastic.
He's got the edge at 2-0 with the bases loaded and 1 out. Fouled it off.
Took the look at the EQC tracer, and Dylan Moore just a bit tardy on this 94 mile per hour fastball on the inner half, and I think he'd like that one back. I mean, 2-0, that's what you're getting, and sometimes on a 2-0 count you're almost surprised that you're giving me something fastball like that middle in.
2-1 to Demo with the bases loaded. And strike 2. Julio doubled to left. France fly to center, a walk to Suarez, and an infield hit for Crawford that loaded him up. Trying to ring the bell right here at 2-2 to Dylan Moore. Took a lot off and popped it up out of play to our right.
Yeah, 79 mile per hour curveball. And we get another look at it with our EQC tracer. And that was such a difficult pitch to just foul off. To your point, he took a lot off. That's 79 miles per hour, and then you got to gear it back up for the fastball.
Here we go, 2-2 one more time. A green out there for Demo. The pitch, breaking ball popped it up. That's also out of play.
Suarez going back-to-back with that slow breaking curveball. Really good at bat by Demo right there.
Yeah. Dylan Moore with 1 grand slam. Brooks Raley last year for Houston. Mariners have not gone grand slam so far this season. 2-2 to Dylan. Jumped on a pitch down and in on him. He got to it, hooked it. Making Suarez work, building up that pitch count here. See the records right there, the division records. The Mariners at home are 15-16. Angels on the road are 14-18. Suarez ready again, another 2-2 offering. And he went back inside and he swung over the top. 2 outs for strikeout for Suarez.
Saw Dylan Moore hit that fastball foul on the pitch before that, and then he comes back inside and the bottom just drops out of this one. It was a tough at bat, but you mentioned it a second ago, Dave. Really got Suarez's pitch count up. He's already at 24 for this inning, and that could end up playing out in a big way because Sandoval went so deep for the Angels in Game 1. They really didn't have to tap into their bullpen much, but they might have to here. Upton
fouls off first pitch. Jay Up went 0 for 3 with a pop-up, a foul out, and a strikeout. Remarkable to have and thankful to have him back. He got hit on the left side of the head last night. A fastball that really got away from Michael Lorenzen. And here he is starting both games of this doubleheader.
Yeah, really happy to see him back out there, and I can't imagine it's easy for him. He was just getting his feet underneath him, went down to Arizona to get up to speed, was quickly in AAA Tacoma with the Mariners, and then you come in, you're making your 2022 debut with the Mariners, and in the first game you're going to take 90 plus to the head.
His veteran presence, his veteran bat, boy, something much needed on the ball club. Scuffling offensively. 0-2 to him. 2 out, bases loaded. And get him an off-speed pitch. Mariners leave him loaded. Nothing across in the first.
Karsten Sabathia trains in Win Reality.
I love it.
So Karsten hits in reality. He trains in Win Reality.
I'm glad I'm retired.
He hits in reality. Train in Win Reality. Win in reality. See infinite game speed pitches, work on timing, pitch recognition, and get more hits. Train new school. Hit old school. Be ready for real. Win reality.
Hey guys, Gronk here to talk to you about your hair game. Hims has a full lineup of clinically proven hair loss treatments, all prescribed online by a licensed medical provider and shipped directly to your door, if appropriate. Order today and get a 90-day money-back guarantee at 4hims.com.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy.
What?
And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts. Performances, too.
Oh, come on!
Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. Another good crowd here at T-Mobile Park. Got the roof covering us. First game earlier this afternoon, a 110 start. Angels win it 4-2 in 10 innings. A Mike Trout 2-run homer, 10th inning. Chris Flexen, another fine game. And nothing to show for it. 6 innings of 2-run ball, 2 walks, and 5 Ks as we take you out towards left field foul pole. Matt Duffy, Luis Rengifo, and David McKinnon was making his big league debut. 4, 5, and 6 against Penn Murfee. Soldiers on here in inning number 2. He went 1, 2, 3 in the first.
Yeah, why not? He only had to throw 11 pitches in the first inning. We were thinking he was just going to be the opener, but as effective as he was, they bring him back out here for the second. The only thing I kind of worried about is he had to sit a long time in that first inning. Mariners had a lot of traffic, loaded him up. Unfortunately, they couldn't get any across, but he had to sit in the dugout for quite a bit.
The bullpen you save may be your own. 1-1 to Duffy. He's at third base again. He was at first base on Friday night's game. Matt went 2 for 4. A couple singles to right field with a run scored in the first game. Popped it up. Here comes Dylan Moore. Plenty of room. 1 away here in the top of the second. Tomorrow's starter, Logan Gilbert. He'll go against Kenny Rosenberg. Logan 7-2 with a 2.22 ERA, and Kenny Rosenberg, a left-hander, no record, an ERA of 7.50. First pitch at 110.
Really incredible, these strides that Logan Gilbert has been able to take from year 1 to year 2. You thought, okay, he's going to get it a little bit better in his second season, his sophomore season, but he's a whole different guy out there.
There's Rengifo. Moved him up to the 5 spot. He batted 9th in the first game.
He's walking around with thighs attached to his shoulders. I was watching this guy take batting practice yesterday, and he'll hit balls just off the label and launch them.
The ball he hit in the first game was behind in a count 0-2, and he doubled off the right field wall. Penn Murfee's got him 0-2 here. Infield pulled around to the right for Luis. That's a fair ball. He ate up Ty France. Wow. There's the throw by Dylan Moore. They got a shot. Didn't get him a double. What a wicked hop that took on Ty France.
I mean, that ball was just smokes off of Rengifo's bat. He's a switch hitter with tons of power. You look at this one just continuing to trail, and it kind of hit the dirt and skipped up just a little bit. Dylan Moore does a really nice job of coming in barehanding that, drop stepping, doesn't waste any steps on the way that Dylan Moore fields this. And this is something I've talked about. I mean, the fact that this guy is an infielder but makes that play, barehands it in the outfield and drop steps, turns around and throws a strike to second and nearly got Rengifo.
Great instincts. Phil Nevin and the trainer going out check out Rengifo.
I'm going to look away. It dislocated fingers just make me.
I think that's sound advice for everybody.
Back many years ago when I was coaching at the University of Washington, one of our players, Shelly Brown, slid into second base, and she was hopping around like that, and I ran out there to see if she was okay, and she held up her hand, and all of a sudden, 3 fingers are bent the wrong way, and I'm supposed to be the coach. I'm like turning around, walking the other way back to the dugout, going, "Trainer, help her, help her." Nothing I can do here.
Rengifo's laughing. I wonder if Rengifo was laughing, and I was wondering if the trainer was telling some jokes.
Well, JP is so good at this. Look at I'm doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing. All of a sudden, now I'm going to slap the tag on at the last second to see somehow, some way, if they could actually get him to not slide. But Rengifo doesn't quite have his head up on that slide and just hits that finger. And it's good that he can laugh about it. Who needs fingers to play baseball?
If the head is up. He moves that finger up a half a hair, and he's okay. Ooh.
And the other thing that we're seeing more and more of on the safety end of things are the oven mitt. And
the Easy Bake Oven? Oh, I love those.
The Easy Bake Oven mitts, guys will have those when they're stealing bases. Again, to protect the digits. It's fairly important when you want to grip a baseball bat.
We've seen a lot. We've seen Trout lose time to that.
And it's something so silly, but something you can easily prevent. Do I sound like a mom?
And that's good. And a lot of moms listening, and other guys probably should learn to listen to a mom. So why not? McKinnon. You hear that? Jerry Lane, good for him. He said save that ball. It's from his first at bat. This is McKinnon's major league debut. Jerry's been around. He gets it.
We're about to see how well McKinnon can hit while holding his breath.
Yeah, right. The corner infielder, some outfield. Deep breath as he takes a good look at Penn Murfee. Murphy's got him 0-2 runner at second. One out here in the second inning. Mariners had the bases loaded, couldn't score in the first. Jerry Lane, home plate umpire, understand that he had some a rough battle with COVID about a year or so ago, but glad to have the veteran umpire back. And Phil Nevin had his issues as well.
Oh, it was touch and go there for a while with Phil Nevin. He was telling me the story on the first day of this series, and it was crazy. He was with the Yankees. People will probably remember that. And it was in the beginning of COVID, and nobody really knew what was going on. He thinks he got an infection. He was taking some shots for an arthritic hip, and they figured he had COVID because he had the flu-like symptoms, so they kept him in a hotel room in Tampa Bay. About day 8, they come and check on him. He is not well at all. They say, hey, can you get down to the elevator? We're taking you to the hospital. They take him to the hospital. His kidneys are failing. His liver was shot. If he would have gone to bed that night, he probably would not have woken up. He lost 25 pounds through the ordeal, and he showed me a picture, and I said, who is that guy? He goes, that's going to be me when I'm 85. I mean, it was really incredible, what his body went through.
Glad to hear that he can laugh about it now. He had a fine career himself. Swing and a miss. Down goes McKinnon in his big league debut. Second strikeout for Murphy.
This is something that Penn Murfee is so good at. He's got the fastball up and in, and then that slider that just goes in the opposite directions. And a lot of hitters just are really surprised by the way that Penn Murfee's ball moves. There's not a whole lot of people that can do this, make the ball cut up and across at the top of the strike zone and dive like his slider does. Gravity is a tricky thing, and somehow, some way, Penn Murfee can fight it a little bit with his fastball, and then his slider does that. It's just no fair.
2 outs. Max Stassi batting in the 7th spot in the order. Catcher.
That was called ball 1, and this is Cal's the little pump there. I'm sorry, did you mean strike 1? That was just a little subtle little hint to Jerry Lane. Sure about that? Yeah.
A little passive aggressiveness. It works pretty well.
I'm married to that. I know all about that. Big day for you, hon, tomorrow. Big day for you tomorrow, hon. Father's Day.
I was going to say rip shot for the pump, but I want to tell you. 2-0 to Max Stassi. Kurt Suzuki, the veteran catcher, he started first game, had a 2-run double in the 4th.
We were talking about Cal Raleigh in the open, about how he really ended up being a catch first guy, and that's a strange thing to say about Cal Raleigh because of course he's a switch hitting power hitter, but he was. And the same can be said though about Max Stassi, and I just think most guys are when they first come to this level, first come to the Angels, catch first guy, and really going that route for Max Stassi though helped him establish himself as a leader in the clubhouse. And I think it says a lot about a guy that puts his focus there. And I think you get a lot of equity with your pitching staff when you do.
Good call. 3-1. They count to Max. 2 outs. Runner at second. 3-1 pitch. Breaking ball. No. Missed.
That's frustrating. I think Penn Murfee and Cal Raleigh are kind of thinking the same thing. And with their thoughts to Jerry Lane, where exactly is that? I mean, as a right-handed pitcher throwing that slider across his body, that's a strike.
Yeah, sometimes umpires have to adjust a different style of pitcher. And certainly that Murphy has a different way of going about his business. He's a heck of a story, having made this. Well, he didn't make the team out of spring training, but boy, since he's been brought up here, he's done a heck of a job. Big surprise. He's in low leverage spots, and now Scott Service has got a lot of trust in the young man. Here's Juan Lagares. First pitch strike.
Yeah, piggybacking on what you just said, over his last 9 games, Dave, he's thrown 9 1/3 scoreless innings, allowed just 2 hits, 2 walks, and he's got 10 punch outs in 9 1/3. That's why he's in that position today.
He hung that breaking ball, got away with it.
Well, again, I'm going to point to his fastball and what his fastball does that makes his slider that much more effective.
Well, he's in good shape here. 0-2 to Lagares, batting in the 8-hole, the left fielder for game number 2. Couple of men aboard here with 2 outs. Now time called by Cal Raleigh. Mariners on the infield. Suarez, Crawford, Toro, and France, with Frazier, Rodriguez, and Moore in the outfield. And Cal Raleigh behind the dish. Murphy leans in, but he's using pitch com rather. Here's the 0-2 pitch. A lot of movement there. 1-2.
By the way, I'm a big fan of PitchCom.
Isn't it great? Did you try it? Did you listen to it?
Yeah, I've done a couple stories with Sam downstairs, and it's you kind of wonder why didn't we think of this before? I mean, especially over the last couple of years with the stealing of signs, and we were seeing catchers get crossed up left and right, all just trying to figure out how to stay one step ahead of the competition in regards to sign stealing, and this has been really effective in speeding up the game. And
how some guys are absolutely murder and paranoid with the runner at second, like, get the sign already. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Murphy to Lagares. He's able to check his swing. 2-2. Remember, where was that? That was in early. Oh, we were in Minnesota. That was the first when we opened up the season, and I was dealing with Sam, and I wanted to see that pitch count. I mean, it's a little rubber, little nugget, if you will. It's about 2.5, maybe 3 inches long. About maybe 3/4 of an inch thick, and he can program. It's a it's a speaker, if you will. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Long run for Ty France. He will not get there. And the thing that tickled me, Sam was saying that you can get the Alexa type or Siri kind of voice, but you can program
any voice.
Yeah, right. And you can program anything you want to say.
Yes, you can. Yes.
So if you want to,
I believe they originally had a couple extra buttons.
A couple extra buttons, like, yo, dude, throw a strike, huh?
But it's all sorts of things. Not only is it the pitch and the location, but you can say things like, best move to pitch over to first or to pick over at first. So it has a lot of flexibility.
Asked Logan Gilbert about it. Would you prefer a voice or the mechanical voice or whatever? He says, give me Give me the latter. So that makes sense.
Yeah, well, the big thing that I think has been really great as we see Tommy Malone getting warmed up there in the pen is that the catcher has a little tube in his ear, and there is no, did I call low and away? Yes, because you heard fastball low and away in your ear.
Gino, short way, inning over. Well done.
Oh, well done, Penn Murfee.
So Penn Murfee gets to 2 innings. Tommy Malone, you saw him heating up. A couple of scoreless innings by Penn Murfee.
MLB Big Inning brings you the biggest plays of the night, live as they happen. Don't miss the ultimate baseball highlight reel. It's nonstop action on MLB Big Inning, every night on MLB.tv.
Every time he takes the field, he competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
Recognize the brave men and women of our nation's military with our Salute to Those Who Serve program presented by T-Mobile. Nominate a military hero to be honored with an on-field ceremony at an upcoming game at mariners.com/military. That is a tremendous honor, and hope we get a whole bunch of nominations. So here's Jose Suarez pitching his second inning. He'll face the bottom third of the order for the Mariners. Glad you've joined us, everybody. Second game of a doubleheader. I'm Dave Sims with Angie Mentink here in Game 2. Harold Reynolds was with us for Game number 1. The Angels win it 4-2 and 10. Here's Toro. Abraham 2 for 3 in the first game. A single to center, single to left. And that was during the stretch with the Mariners. In innings 5, 6, 7, and 8, left a total of 6 men on base.
Dave, as my kids would say, I feel like it's been a minute since I've seen Toro from the right side. But I like his swing there. I know he's got a little bit more juice, a little more power from the left side, but I like his swing on the right side, a little more inside out.
Toro, Frazier, and Raleigh 7, 8, 9 here against Suarez. Way upstairs, 1 and 2. So Toro is what he's done against lefties and righties. 6 home runs hit from the left side.
Yeah.
6 home runs against right-hand pitching.
Yeah, definitely more pull oriented from the left side.
Yeah, he's got, whoa, look out.
Whoa.
He's got 22 career home runs and 20 left-handed. Adam Frazier on deck.
Yeah, and the problem he'll run into from the right side is when he gets a little pull happy and starts trying to come around the baseball from the right side. So I like it when he stays short and keeps things all tidy and cleaned up.
Infield straight up for him, 1-2. Breaking ball. Able to get a piece of it. Got the right off the end of the bat.
And it's tough to stay back on a 76-mile-per-hour curveball but that's what I was talking about. You saw him kind of come around that pitch just a little bit instead of sort of leading with his hands and trying to drive that pitch the other way. On that breaking ball, you'll think the other way, and if you think the other way, that barrel will keep coming, and then you'll actually end up pulling that curveball.
Swing and a miss, top of the zone, couldn't get to it. 3 consecutive strikeouts for Suarez, 1 down here in the second.
I think after that curveball and that breaking ball is up at the eye level, and then you see this 93-mile-per-hour fastball in that same tunnel as that curveball, but it doesn't break at all. It just keeps coming and eats Toro up a little bit.
Suarez has struck out in the last 3 men he's faced. He's walked 1. Mariners left the bases loaded in the first. Here's Adam Frazier. Long run for the third baseman, not going to get there. Duffy showed some really good quicks. He got a lot closer than I thought he would.
I'm so glad that Adam Frazier's going to live to see another pitch there, because I liked his approach. Adam Frazier, last week, we saw him stinging the ball all over the right side. You felt so bad for him. With the game on the line, lines out to second base. Game on the line, lines out to right field. But you saw the next few games, what did he do? Let the ball travel a little bit more, go up the middle, go to left field, and then came back to the right side as well. Another one, inside out. That's good, especially against a lefty in Suarez.
I specifically remember the 2 against the Red Sox. One right at Story at second base, another one off his glove earlier in the game, and then he hit one at the end of the game, a bullet right at the right fielder. 0-2 to him.
Tough at bat. Tough at bat.
Jerry Lane rings up, called third strike with his left hand. They got to get used to it.
Well, we saw, the situation that Adam Frazier's in with an 0-2 count, and what a difference it makes for the pitcher. I think your average batting average is what, like 0.95 when you've got an 0-2 count, and that's really kind of what set Penn Murfee up through the first 2 innings as well. He had 5 0-2 counts against these Angels.
Today's SAP broadcast is brought to you by the Laborers Union, 47,000 strong in the Northwest. Suarez on a roll here. He struck out the last 4 men. Here's Cal Raleigh. Big swing and a miss, Cal. 0 for 2 in the first game. Came on in the latter stages of the contest. Got a home run in last night's game. First time up on a 1-1 pitch. 2 out, nobody on, second inning. Mariners rolled last night 8-1. It was a really good night last night for the Mariners. 8-1 victory. They went 4 for 6 runners in scoring position. Turned around. Both teams went 2 for 12 in game 1 this afternoon. Fouled back. Cal batting ninth. See if he can get on for Julio. Julio in the leadoff spot in back-to-back games. First time in his career. Julio doubled. Open up the home first. They couldn't plate him earlier. Two balls, 2 strikes.
So far, Suarez really true to form. He mixes up his pitches a lot. Sure, you're going to see the fastball 40% of the time, but then it's a steady diet of curveballs and changeup. It's not like he's just got one good secondary pitch, but really has 2, and they're both working today.
2-2 to Cal. Full count. We wait a long time before we finally see the Angels. The series started on Thursday. We'll see them next week. See him again in early August back here at T-Mobile Park. 3-2 pitch to Raleigh. Line drive into the gap. Cal out of the box hard. Trout gets it back in quickly. 2-out base knock here for the Mariners. Top of the order. Here comes Julio.
What a fantastic at-bat by Cal Raleigh. He turns around a 92-mile-per-hour fastball with the full count. And one thing we've heard him work on is getting that foot down. You see him get that foot down, and he's on time for 92. And that's pretty impressive considering he just saw a steady diet of slow, and slower.
RBI opportunity for Julio with 2 outs.
I don't think Cal's stealing second, though.
Oh, go out on a limb, Mitch.
Julio's going to have to get in the gap for the big boy on first to score. Or leave the yard.
Yep.
Let him take his time.
Slow breaking ball. Ball 1. Suarez had a nice thing going there. Cal broke it up. Struck out 4 consecutive hitters. Trout a couple of steps towards right for Julio. He's got that big power right center field. Straight away center field, but Trout's got it. And that'll do it for the Mariners. They're stranded runner. They've left 4 in the first 2 innings.
Hey kids, join MLB Network and your favorite players for a show made just for you. Play ball. It's all the big moments, bat flips, and amazing plays from an exciting week of baseball and tips to up your game. Saturdays, 10 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network.
There's something about a park. The swings, the slides, the dogs. You can throw your food and wear it proudly. It's where showing off is encouraged, even if it doesn't always work out.
So, you in?
It is showtime!
Penn Murfee getting the start, and Angie, they did a good job in his 2 innings of work.
He did a wonderful job of working ahead of hitters. He allowed Rengifo a double that was off of the glove of France, but he would get no further than second base. He struck out David McKinnon. What a great outing for him. His first major league start, I thought he was just going to be the opener. He'd throw 1 inning. Instead, he ends up throwing 2. And I like the fact that he completed that second inning. Got in a little bit of trouble, had a little bit of traffic, but found his way out of it. Look at that, 6 of 8 first pitch strikes. And I mentioned it at the bottom of last inning. He had 5 0-2 counts.
Time now for a Beacon Plumbing call to the pen. 12-year veteran Tommy Malone, his second tour of duty with the Mariners. He's with the Mariners in 2019, going 4-10 in 23 games.
Welcome back, Tommy Malone. He's got a 4-pitch mix, is what I want to say. The changeup is something we'll see a lot of.
Cal, nice play.
Great job.
Big quicks by the big man behind home plate. Well done.
Look at that cat-like quickness out of the big boy, Cal Raleigh.
That was nice.
I love it. The Angels have done this a lot in this series. They are not afraid to drop bunt. But Cal Raleigh comes screaming out of the box and throws this on the run like a middle infielder.
You know, it was good. Tommy got out of the way.
It was good. Yeah, you see Cal Raleigh coming at you, and you are going to get out of the way. And the other thing is Ty France gives him a nice inside target on the inside half of the line. Great job, guys. Well done.
Light hitting Velasquez retired. Top of the order, Taylor Ward.
I was just getting ready to say about Tommy Milone. He's got that changeup, 73 miles per hour, the fastball at 84. He's got a curve and a slider, but the bottom 1% in baseball when it comes to velocity. He barely break a pane of glass, but he's really good in changing speeds and hitting his location. Just your typical soft throwing lefty.
No saddle pitch.
Yep.
Somebody said he knows who we are.
Yeah, change up here, and I think Cal Raleigh steals one there really nice. And we'll talk a lot about Cal Raleigh and knee down catching, but the one thing he does right there is he drops that left knee, and so that left knee is in between the umpire and the hitter, and you just kind of take away that knee as a reference point. If that's low, it's kind of hard to see it's low if your knee isn't there in the umpire's eye to see it's below the knee. Take the knee away, it's not low.
1-2 pitch. You've done a lot of research, a lot of talking to some people about this down on one knee. Give me some more. What else you have?
Well, remember this, Dave. Baseball doesn't do anything if it doesn't make sense mathematically.
Wow, safe. Good call. Ward made the call himself. That'll be an infield hit.
Yeah, if it doesn't make mathematical sense, baseball's not going to do it. And I understand that people have their ideas about knee down catching. I'm not trying to change anyone's mind. I just want to give you some facts. You look right there at pitches thrown per wild pitch, right? Pitches per wild pitch. In 2022, usually you want like a low number in most statistics, not when you're coming to this. 419 pitches before you get a wild pitch. That is way higher than it's been. We went back to 2013 and we can't find numbers as good as they are right now. So what I'm telling you is pitchers are not having wild pitches. Catchers are getting down, they're blocking these balls, and they're preventing wild pitches now at a greater clip than they have before. Ward's trying to say he's safe. It's a tough one.
It's really close. Nick Barley, the umpire, at first. Let's see, ball it back. Wow, that's close.
I'm gonna say he's out.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, he's out. I guess it doesn't matter what we think, but
well, you know
my
what?
money.
There have been a bunch of times recently I said, well, he's out definitively, and then they go, they're rolling on the field.
But in regards to knee down catching, Dave, I think the idea that 90 feet is 90 feet is so important, and I could not agree more. But that is why you see so many guys doing the knee down catching.
Well, it's universal now, right?
The numbers say that if I don't want that runner to advance, this puts me in the best position. And again, here's more numbers to prove that out. Pitches thrown per pass ball. Again, the higher number is the better number. It takes 2,958 before you see a pass ball. You compare that to 2018. And it was, 1,949. So pitchers are better with how many breaking balls than they've ever been. It's the highest percentage.
Seattle retains their challenge.
There you go. Good. Sorry about your luck, Ward. But catchers are better than they've ever been. Pitchers are throwing more breaking balls than they ever have in the history of the game. And yet, somehow, some way, the catchers are blocking more wild pitches than they ever have, and they are also preventing more wild pitches. I know that every time you see a guy on a knee and you see a wild pitch or you see a pass ball, you go, see, it doesn't work. But it's kind of like the situation with the shift. Every single time a ground ball goes through where the second baseman should be standing, you go, see, the shift doesn't work. There should be the second baseman standing there.
The other thing to consider, too, factor in with a lot of that stuff, is Trout looks at an 0-1 pitch. Hardly, not many people steal bases anymore. I think those numbers have gone down significantly.
Agreed. But in regards to knee down catching.
Oh, look out.
In that, so the ball boy is just going to have his head on a swivel today. because that's twice where he's almost been picked off by a foul ball. But the technique when it comes to throwing from knee down and throwing out runners, it's not like an anchor. A lot of people, I've heard that before. There's a reason why Mike Zunino, there's a reason why all the best catchers, in the league are doing this and doing it with runners on, is because they're using that knee to push up off the ground. You know that guy's going before you catch it.
Center field, got big carry. Julio gonna watch it leave. What else is new? Mike Trout. Same old song and dance, my friend. Mike Trout with yet another home run in this series. That's all he's hit since coming to town. And the Angels have a 1-0 lead. That's home run number 20, RBI number 41.
This is just absolutely incredible what Mike Trout has been able to do in this building.
Down low, there it is.
I mean, this ball isn't just down low, it's out of the strike zone. I mean, this is outside, but somehow, some way, he just reaches out and crushes this one. And this right here, that spot right there, is what Mike Trout is always thinking. How do I drive the ball to right center field?
He does that about as well as anybody in the game. I mean, that's why he's regarded as the #1 player in the game. And you think, for normal dudes, pitch down and away like that is going to be something, a punch shot or an easy fly ball, and it looked like he did not get all of his weight behind it. It looked like he threw his hands at it and drove it out as much as anything. Yeah,
but that's the thing that he does so well. You look at this location, it's away, it's off the plate, it's a 79-mile-per-hour changeup, and you think, how on earth is he able to let that ball travel that long to be able to do damage and crush that to the opposite field? But again, it's because he's thinking that way all the time.
He's Mike Trout.
Yeah, he's Mike Trout.
Real simple. He's Mike Trout. Ohtani, 1-2. He'll pull around to the right.
If he's not hitting against the Mariners, I do love to watch Mike Trout hit. He is really something to marvel at. His swing is so good. And the other person I do like to watch hit, again, when he's not facing the Mariners, and that is Ohtani. I marvel at his swing. So simple and at the same time incredibly powerful.
This one's staying in the yard. Julio makes a catch. Another damaging blow by Mike Trout here in Seattle. 1-0 Angels.
Hey, it's me, the summer breeze. I just flew back into town. Let's get outside. Much better.
So a few months ago, I realized I was losing my hair, and then I found Hims.
And a licensed healthcare provider prescribed me this new spray. The results have been amazing. I only wish I'd started sooner.
Like if you could start yesterday, do that. Regrow your hair in as little as 3 to 6 months. Visit forhims.com.
Yeah! Nice. What? With the Game Time app, I pay 60% less than this guy. 60%? Game Time finds you the best last-minute deals and guarantees the lowest price. Download Game Time now. Nice shirt.
Celebration. It's presented by Microsoft. Get to the ballpark early. Seriously. Special pregame roundtable I'll be hosting. It'll be Harold Reynolds, Mark McLemore, Randy Wynn, J.P. Crawford, and a hometown 9 fellow named Kingston Edwards. So grab your tickets at mariners.com.
That'll be awesome, Dave.
Looking forward to it. Thank you. Here's Ty France.
And by the way, I am going to forget to tell you tomorrow, so I'm telling you today. Happy early Father's Day.
Thank you. Much appreciated. Thank you. Best to Jarrett as well. Ty France, Suarez, and Crawford.
Yeah, I feel like I've already had a fairly full day. I've thrown my kid batting practice, watched his game, oversaw the Father's Day gift making, watched the first game of a doubleheader, and now second day of a doubleheader.
Putting in the work.
Yeah.
I like it. 2-0 to France, flight out to center field, first time. Wow, delayed call, huh?
And a bad one at that. Yeah, Ty is looking for something middle in, probably with a 2-0 count, but this one just doesn't get it. It's kind of interesting. You see how Max Stassi caught that ball, and I would say that years ago the catchers used to catch that and try to pull it in from the side, but now basically what they figured out is it's just better to catch that pitch on the inside corner and present it thumb down the same way as you would catch something that was over on the inside third of the plate. If you change your glove, is what they figured out, it looks like you're doing something different. It looks like you're trying to pull it in.
3-1 to Ty. Comebacker. One down. Mariners had the bases loaded first inning and left another runner on in the second. Jose Eugenio Suarez, he walked in the first.
You look at the traffic that the Mariners were able to get in that first inning, bases loaded with just one out, and that's somehow, some way you've got to push a run across. You've got to be able to lift a fly ball to the outfield, hit something the other way, and drive a run in, and hopefully the Mariners will have some more chances.
Foul back.
Talked about Mike Trout and his ability to drive the ball to right center. When Eugenio Suarez is going well, when he's at his best, he's the same. Right center is what he's thinking with his bat path.
Did a little two-step to get away from that one. 1-1. This is game number 67 for the Mariners, home game number 32, and Angels road game number 33, and game 68 on the season. Both teams, same mindset, trying to get to 500 before at or around the All-Star break.
You look at the division and kind of up and down, nobody's really doing what anybody thought they would be doing.
Infield pulled around to the left for Gino. Nothing doing for first baseman McKinnon. Counts at 1-2. J.P. Crawford's on deck. Oh, Mookie Betts cracked rib. He's going to be on the IL with no timetable yet for return. That is not good news. One and two. Swing and a miss. That is another strikeout for Suarez, his fifth. 2 down, third inning.
Yeah, Suarez's changeup is so good again today. Last season, it was his pitch. He was able to hold opponents to a .145 average with his changeup, and you just see the bottom drop out of it, and you can kind of see Eugenio there try to just pull out the parachute and stop the bat and slow it down to be able to make contact. But it was a lot of movement on that changeup.
Quick, quiet, 2 outs, third inning. JP with an infield hit, first time up. Saw an interesting note today that finally here on the 18th of June in the year 2022, the Dodgers finally unveiled a statue of number 32, Sandy Koufax. Finally. Good for them. And the man He's in his 80s and is as elegant as ever. JP. Here's Rengifo on a backhand. Nice play. Mariners go quietly in the third. 1-2-3. Mike Trout and the Angels lead it 1-0.
I wish I could try these glasses on first.
Here, step into the future where everything is possible. Welcome. Here you can try on Warby Parker glasses using only your phone.
Really? Wow, I like it here.
And I like these. You can stay, but I'll need my phone.
Okay.
Just shop prescription glasses starting at $95 and virtually try them on in the Warby Parker app.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy.
What?
And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts.
Seriously?
Performances, too.
Oh, come on!
Game Time finds you the best last-minute deals and guarantees the lowest price.
Am I underdressed?
Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Life is about balance. If I get the proper amount of sleep, then I'm gonna be ready for whatever's to come. I use Oura Ring to always letting me know everything that's going on with my body. The accuracy is what sets Oura apart. My sleep score is something that I'm always paying attention to. It's literally part of my morning routine. Always trying to make the most out of this thing we call life.
Penn Report, game one.
Andres Munoz faced 5 batters an inning and 2/3. He had 4 strikeouts. He was fantastic today. Swanson, his inning of work, he was again really solid. Same thing with Paul Sewell. Castillo, I know he's going to punch the pillow tonight thinking about the home run to Trout's, but really the bullpen had done a fantastic job after Flexen left the game. The Angels 0 for 13 until Trout hit that home run. And there's a long list of pitchers, a very distinguished list of pitchers that have done the same thing to Mr. Trout. And obviously, Tommy Milone last inning adding his name to it.
Matt Duffy leads off quickly behind 0-2. Tommy Milone on following Penn Murfee, who started the game. Tommy just called up from Tacoma. I mentioned Tommy's second stint with the Mariners, and proving once again if you're left-handed can throw strikes, and even if you can't bust a grape sometimes, you're going to get a job, as he proves right there with a breaking ball for a strike.
Yeah, really great location by Tommy Milone, and this one just never comes back across the plate, and the bottom drops out of it. Some people would call that gravity. Tommy Milone is going to call that wicked break, right?
You betcha. Hard hit double for Rengifo to right. Back in the second inning. JP charges, friendly hop. 2 down. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. 2 outs. Top 4, 1-0. Mike Trout. Yeah, Mike Trout a home run. There's David McKinnon. Big league debut. Struck out on a 1-2 pitch. That was in the second inning. Mariners have had their chances. Bases loaded in the first, left one on in the second. Tommy Milone, 35 years old, out of Saugus, California, originally a 10th round pick of the Nationals back in 08. 0-2. Get out of his college ball at USC. Heck of a career for him. 52 and 51. He's played all over the map. Minnesota, Oakland, Washington, the Mets, Atlanta, Mariners for the second time, Baltimore, Toronto, and Milwaukee. His longest stint, Minnesota and Oakland, 3 years, both places.
And Tommy Milone throwing just about everything here to McKinnon. Started him out with the curve, changed fastball, went back to the changeup.
Center field for Julio.
Easy. We got a guy there.
First strike, throw it over the plate. Keep their timing all messed up. It's not a bad deal. 1-0 Angels.
From inside jokes. Hey, look, it's Mike Napafanakis. To insider's perspectives.
I like over 5.5 strikeouts on Walker Buehler.
Your best bet is the pregame spread. Served up only on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stand. Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw. Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run. Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome. That ball is gone.
106. That would be a new record.
It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
Cam. Check out our crowd out underneath the T-Mobile Park sign. First game this afternoon, a 1:10 start. Drew a nice crowd, 24,071. And looks like a little bit, probably, I'm going to take a guess. Let's see, if that was 24, this looks like about 30, 31. Now, don't bet the mortgage on that, but I'm just saying, it looks like it's about 31. Dave Sims, Angie Mentic tonight. Harold Reynolds in the first game. Split doubleheader.
I got a chance to listen to you guys, and you guys were fun. I enjoyed the stories. And Harold has been nothing but just delightful to me my entire career. Starting from my very first year. Well, now I'm not that old, sorry.
Maybe when you're in college or when you're at UW.
But, you know, he has always been so nice to me. What do you need? What do you know? You know, he values your opinion. He gives you his. Just a good dude.
And by the way, our good friend Susan Waldman, I told her that I was working with you today. She sends her love and hugs. Have a great broadcast. Susan, of course, long-time color analyst on Yankees radio in New York.
Had a huge impact on my career in this business. So I really cannot thank her enough.
I tell you and all the other young ladies who are, look out, who are in this business, particularly doing games, not so much anchor. Well, that's what you're around. You do all the games and everything. That you guys, it's a big debt. And you definitely got to pay homage to Susan Walton.
Absolutely. And I assure you that Susan's, you know, pulled us aside at one point or another in our career, maybe a few times, to offer advice, to help us out. And she, in fact, actually, I heard from her as well as I heard from you, but she surprised me a little bit more when I got the diagnosis for breast cancer, and she was one of the first people I heard from. She's just a great person.
Because she's been there and done that and survived it. Absolutely. Yep. When I hit my bat, hey, welcome to a club you never wanted to belong to.
Exactly. All the cool kids are getting into it, huh?
Dylan down the line, hooking foul. The other part, this is a lot of fun for me because, let's see, I did a couple of games with Nancy Lieberman on the basketball side, not on football. First time I'm working with female sportscaster. But for me, in the first game, to have 2 black Americans doing a Major League Baseball game regular season was huge.
Yeah.
And something.
And then we follow that up with the first female for the Mariners.
Yeah. So I mean, hey, I feel good.
It's a big day. It's a big day, Dave.
Put that on my ledger, yeah. Put it on my resume. The pleasure of working a really cool doubleheader today.
The steelhead uniforms
sweet.
Were really, really cool. And I don't want to come off as ignorant, but I believe when the Mariners many, many years ago did the first throwback uniforms, they didn't really know what the steelhead uniforms looked like. And then I was talking to, or I shouldn't say I was talking to, I was listening on the radio side, and Gary Hill was doing an interview, and he was telling me that they found a picture of Paul Hardy, finally, the player manager.
Gotcha.
That gave them their first clue as to what the steelhead uniforms actually looked like. And so that was really interesting to me, because I couldn't remember what the original steelhead throwback uniforms looked like. But this uniform, because they finally found a picture, and so much of it has just been lost to time. And so very cool every time they're able to sort of uncover and unearth another little nugget about that team.
A nice clean look. Breaking ball gets Demo. 6 strikeout for Jose Suarez, as we get a word from the Redmond Police Department.
Inspired by a bold belief in the dignity of every person, the Redmond Police Department are leaders in our community, guided by respect, professionalism, and dedication. Being a member of the Redmond Police Department truly is our calling.
1 out, 4th inning. Justin Upton struck out to end the 1st inning. Swing and a miss. Mike Trout with a home run. 2 outs, 3rd inning. That's the scoring to this point.
You could just put that on repeat and basically open.
Don't remind me.
Again, I love to watch Mike Trout hit when he's not hitting against the Mariners, because his swing really is something to behold.
Well, look at it this way. You'll tell your grandkids that you saw one of baseball's all-time greats.
Oh, it's a really good point. It's a really good point.
I mean, you know,
and the fact that he's able to do it all. I mean, he goes and he's still going over the wall and robbing home runs. Every once in a while, you'll see a little bit of his speed on the base pass. He's got a great cannon, and again, as much as I hate to admit it, he's a good dude.
When he first came up, he was as good a base stealer as we had in the game. And then remember, I think it was stealing a base a few years ago. He wound up missing games because of just what we saw with Rendifo, messed up his fingers. Then last year he had the calf problem, going from 2nd to 3rd on a routine play. Missed significant time. Missed a little bit of time with a groin injury a few weeks ago. 2-1 pitch here to Jay Up.
The other thing I use about teaching the game is from Mike Trout, and that is, don't be afraid to strike out, you know. And I'm talking to young kids. It's like, listen, this is a hard game. It's a tough game. If you can miss 1 pitch, you can miss the 3rd. It doesn't really, you know, matter. What matters is your approach and how you go about the game, and you should never really get upset about strikeouts. I think there's this idea that it's this terrible thing. Sure, you can do things like shorten up your swing and do some take a different, you know, mentality once you've got 2 strikes, but you shouldn't be afraid.
Which brings me to the obvious and inevitable point: who, what, when, where, how, and why are you coaching?
Well, you can take people out of coaching, but you can never really take the coaching out of them. When I was done at the University of Washington, my first 2 years out of that, while I was playing ball for the Silver Bullets, I was coaching at the University of Washington. Well done by Justin Upton, working a walk in that situation. But I coached for a few years, and I was kind of doing broadcasting, and I was coaching and doing both, and then I kind of had a fork in the road to make a decision, and I chose right, meaning I went right, which was broadcasting, instead of going left, which was coaching. But then I continue to coach my kids throughout their baseball careers, both Chase, my youngest, and Jackson, my 16-year-old, and I throw batting practice to them, several times a week, and continue to help them make swing adjustments.
Here comes Trout. 2 outs. That's off the bat of Toro. He's 0 for 2. 2 outs, 4th inning. Runner on. That'll bring up Adam Frazier. Struck out looking his first time. So let's see if Frazier can get something going here. 2 outs. There's left the bases loaded in the first, left the man on in the second. Suarez went 1, 2, 3 in the third. There's 2 outs here in the fourth. Seeing Frazier and Trammell really in between in their when they're at the dish.
The thing with Adam Frazier on that first pitch, I agree with you. You're looking for one thing, and all of a sudden you get something out, particularly when you're facing, you got the lefty on lefty split. But as far as Taylor Trammell, I didn't get to see many of his at-bats in the first game.
A little bit in between.
Yeah. I was driving here.
Oh, you're allowed. Dave Sims, Angie Mentink with you. 2 outs here, bottom 4, 1-0, and a Trout home run, 3rd inning. Mike Trout, 4 hits in the series are all home runs.
I do like, though, by the way, that Adam Frazier is down here kind of at the bottom of the order. Allows him to not have the stress of leading off like he was at the beginning of this season, and just sort of get back to the basics and get his swing back just a little bit. It's always been there. He's got that short, quick, compact swing, but it's different when pitchers are going after you as the leadoff batter. Suarez here comes in, and that's such a tough pitch for lefty on lefty because it really starts at your hip and then breaks over the inside corner of the plate.
That front shoulder in.
Yeah, but it's tough to make that pitch, like you say, go fair. So, and that's where you saw it end up foul.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Upton at first. Small lead. Frazier trying to keep this 4th inning going. Cal Raleigh is on deck. He got a base hit to center. His first AB. 2-2 with 2 outs. Oh, nice play by McKinnon. Takes away possible extra bases. They've played 4. Angels lead at 1-0.
It's the ultimate power hour. Quick Pitch takes you around the league.
Things are heating up.
For every must-see moment from the majors.
The defending champs are doing what they do best.
Quick Pitch, late nights and every morning, only on MLB Network.
Watch games and coverage all day, every day, your way on MLB Network.
Cisco with you from the Ford Sports Desk. If you haven't been paying attention to the New York Yankees, you might want to do it. 9 straight wins for the Yanks. They beat Toronto today 4-0. That takes their record to 49-16. The Yankees are on pace to win 122 games. Simply amazing. And as we send it back upstairs to Dave and Angie. Angie, I remember that 0-1 Mariners season. We would show up at work every day, not wondering if the Mariners were going to win, but simply how the Mariners were going to win. And I got a feeling that's exactly what's in the mindset of the Yankees and their fans right now.
Yeah, on pace for 122 wins. That is absolutely bonkers.
This one popped up. Cal, really good at this play. And Stassi's retired by the Mariner catcher. He's the Angels catcher, 1 out.
It was a real big hit for this team when Tom Murphy went down, and Tom Murphy was in such a great place. He was always, the leader in the clubhouse, no doubt about that, but he was in such a great place with his swing, and I think it made Cal Raleigh have to speed up his development just a little bit, but he really has done an incredible job handling this staff, and we're starting to see his bat come around, and it's fun to watch.
Here's Lagares, the left fielder. Tom mentioning about the Yankees. Man, that's incredible. 33 games beyond 500. That's a good Toronto ball club. That's 9 games over 500 in what is a good division, the American League East. Boston's playing largely really good ball, and they're way out of it. Take a look at the standings. Look at it, 49-16, and everybody but the Orioles beyond 500 and have no traction. I mean, it's blowout city. Mariners will see the Yankees 6 times in a 10-day span starting on August 1.
And it wasn't that long ago that everybody was ready to run Aaron Boone out of town. They were frustrated with him and things that weren't getting done in New York. And now you fast forward to today and look what they're doing. 49-16 on the season. Just incredible.
See the Yankees here August 1, 2, 3 on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday afternoon. That'll be in New York, and then they'll be here on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday the following week. Same thing, 2 night games and a day game. Lagares, 2-2. JP calling off everybody. Well, Tommy Malone's done some nice work here. 2 outs. And bid for your chance to win a suite and first pitch to Dan Wilson, benefiting Benaroya Research Institute at vmfh.org/GoEms. 2 outs. Tommy Malone's retired the last 6 men that he's faced since giving up the home run to Mike Trout.
And you can't even say that pitch was a mistake to Mike Trout. I mean, the ball was 4 inches outside of the strike zone, a changeup, and somehow Mike Trout was able to do what he did with it. So yeah, to your point, a really nice job by Tommy Malone.
Reminds me, remember Simeon Rice after Tampa Bay won a Super Bowl, talking about one of his teammates who had a big game. So that's what he'd do. Line drive right at Dylan Moore. Another very effective inning for Tommy Malone. 1-2-3 in the 5th. Mariners offense got to get cranking.
Baseball's biggest moments are live on MLB Big Inning. MLB.TV's nightly show takes you from game to game for all the grand slams, no-hitters, walk-offs, and more as they happen.
Wow, he can do it all!
Don't miss the ultimate baseball highlight reel.
This is some kind of awesome.
After your game ends, the action's just heating up on MLB Big Inning. Every night on MLB.TV.
Company's gold medal awarded Cocoa Bomb chocolate whiskey. Delighted to have you with us. We got the roof covering as we look at some ugly clouds out from just underneath just outside the roof. Dave Sims, Angie Mentink here for game 2 of this doubleheader, split doubleheader with the Angels. Mike Trout, solo home run, 3rd inning with 2 outs. A bullet to right center field, his 4th hit of this series, and all of them are home runs. Cal Raleigh going to lead off, followed by Julio and Ty France, 9-1-2. Against starter Jose Suarez, 0-2 with a 5.96 ERA. He's pitched well tonight, 6 strikeouts, a couple of walks. He's given up no runs on 3 hits. Mariners have had chances. Left the bases loaded in the first, left the runner on in the second.
You look at how Jose Suarez has been getting it done. He's got 6 strikeouts so far. Yeah, there's 1 on the 4-seamer, but you look at the rest of it, all off speed, mostly on the changeup. That's been his really toughest pitch to hit today.
Jerry Lane with the late punch out with the right hand there. Cal not real happy.
And understandably so. Oh, it looked like it was just below the strike zone that he picked up. And, you know, when you're a catcher and you're at the plate, you're like, I don't think I got that one. So let's reciprocate.
0-2 for Cal. 0-2 in the first game. Hit a home run last night, his 8th.
Talked about it a lot on the postgame show that the team is 10-0 when Cal Raleigh homers. So forget the pitching, the defense, and everything else. Cal, we just need you to hit more home runs.
Play him straight up infield and outfield. 0-2 pitch. Three hits for the Mariners, 2 coming in the first inning. Julio and Crawford. The other hit was Cal Raleigh in the second. He's 1-2 here. Breaking ball, no. 2-2. 6 strikeouts for Suarez. He's walked 2. He's allowed 3 or fewer runs in all 4 of his 5 starts this season, according to the Angels. Here comes a 2-2. Good job spoiling that. Make sure you join us tomorrow. Series and homestand finale. Logan Gilbert sure to be on the All-Star team. He's 7-2 with a 2.22 ERA. This is against Kenny Rosenberg. No record, but a huge ERA at 7.5. Cal 2-2. Breaking ball in on his hands, fouls it off.
It's a really good at-bat by Cal Raleigh. He just saw 92 miles per hour, and then he follows it up with a 79 mile per hour breaking ball. And be able to foul that pitch off after starting this at bat 0-2.
There we go, 2-2. Yanked foul.
One thing that Cal has really been focused on is being on time. I've mentioned before a conversation that he had with Mitch Haniger, and Mitch Haniger said, you just got to think fastball. You absolutely have to think fastball, put everything else out of your mind, be on time for that, and that'll allow you to pull the trigger faster and quicker and recognize the breaking ball.
Way inside, count runs full. Julio Rodriguez is on deck. pitch here to Cal. Did he check? He did, said Nick Marley, umpire at first. Cal Raleigh is aboard. Second time he's on base.
This kind of just shows you where Cal is as he continues his progression. He started this count out 0-2, battles back, fights off several pitches. I mean, he is full count thinking, I'm going to go, yes, 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 yes. And at the last second, he checks his swing and works the walk and turns things over to the top of the order. Really, really smart at bat.
So Julio steps in, third time at the dish for him. Double to left. Jimmy Herget, tall, lanky right-hander, hitting up for the Angels. Julio in attack mode, strike one. Angels are run on 2 hits. They got the Trout home run and a Renifo double. That was in the second. Trout homered in the third. So hitting not exactly overflowing the cup right now.
Yeah, but I'd like to see Julio jumping on that first pitch, just like he did in his first at bat.
Swing over a breaking ball, and he's seen a lot of breaking balls from righties and lefties the last couple of weeks. Cal Raleigh, slow runner. He's at first with nobody out. Pitch to Julio. Boy, long hold by Stassi. He wanted that.
Take a look at our EQC tracer, and this 84-mile-per-hour changeup just touching perhaps the bottom of the zone, but it goes to show you until robo-umps get here how important the catcher is at presenting that pitch.
Time granted. The automatic balls and strikes and the pitch clock going to change things dramatically. We were talking about it in the first game. Justin Upton talking about how he got caught a few times not getting in the box on time, swinging over and corkscrewing himself. Julio strikes out, takes a look at Suarez as he walks back. That's strikeout number 7 for Suarez. 1 down, 5th inning.
I'm just guessing, but I'm thinking Julio recognized breaking ball, but too late that was a curveball. Thought he was going to get the changeup again, and just kind of tied himself up in knots trying to get to that one. You don't see Julio take an ugly swing like that too often. This guy continues to learn every single at bat and make adjustments, and we've seen him within a game, within an at bat.
1 out, runner at first. Way outside to Ty France. Popped to center and grounded out. Comebacker to Suarez.
By the way, you've noticed I haven't had that much to say about Ty France tonight because I think I've said about everything about Ty France.
Dude can
and
hit.
How much I love watching this guy hit. And I just want to be quiet and watch him hit.
1-1. One with 1 out. Mariners and the Angels. 4th game of this weekend tango. Mariners 3-6 on this homestand. 1-2 to Boston, Minnesota, and the Angels. They continue to try to crowd Ty France. One pitch. Center field. Trout coming on. Can't get it. Got to play it on the hop. Another knock. Ty France. Runners at first and second now.
There just aren't a lot of holes in this guy's swing. I've heard people say all the time, oh, I try to go inside, I'd bust him in, and you can see what Suarez tries to do there with 92-mile-per-hour fastball. Sure, he didn't get it quite on the black, but Ty France is just so good at letting that ball travel.
Phil Nevin coming to get his starter who pitches into the 5th inning. He's going to leave with a couple of men aboard. His responsibility. It's the Angels 1-0. Tell you about the pitching change when we get back.
There's more to baseball than just the game.
Who's the biggest jokester in that clubhouse?
MLB Network's Off Base, the show that talks about baseball and everything around it.
The sky's the limit. That's why we love this sport.
Off Base, only on MLB Network.
Join Kevin Millar.
I'm just a dude that loves baseball.
And Steven Nelson.
I'm nervous as hell, man.
On a quest for legends worthy of the sacred prize.
I thought I lost my mind, but
it's unpredictable baseball coverage that will have you on the edge of your seat all season long.
So keep it locked here on MLB Network all day.
Swing into action and join the adventure on Intentional Talk, only on MLB Network.
Let's watch some baseball.
Here, a couple of men aboard in the 5th inning. Jose Suarez controlled things here into the 5th inning.
It really did a nice job of keeping the Mariners off balance. A lot of breaking stuff, dropping out of the bottom of the zone, and then he come up to the top of the zone with his fastball and change the eye level of the hitters. He's been very good here in Seattle over 3 career games, 3-0, and he's in line if the team can hold it on for him. 13-20 first pitch strikes, not the sexiest thing in the world. 95 pitches, 4 1/3, and just allows the 4 hits, 0 runs, but of course the 2 aboard belong to him.
Season best 7 strikeouts for Suarez. Here's Jimmy Herget, 6'3", a blade thin 170.
He made the team out of spring training, gives them another look. He's got 2 different breaking balls at 2 different arm angles, so things are going to start flying at the Mariners from all sorts of directions.
There's a strike 1. Eugenio Suarez walked and struck out so far. Chino 0 for 5 in game 1 earlier this afternoon. Went 1 for 4 last night. 0-1. Fly ball to Taylor Ward. 2 outs. And now quick word from Jack in the Box.
My $5.99 double bacon cheesy jack combo with double the bacon and double the cheese. Order on the Jack app today.
2 outs brings up J.P. Crawford. 1 for 2. Base hit, infield hit to the right side, and a ground out to second. Tying go-ahead runs. They're aboard with 2 outs. Mariners left 3 on in the first, 1 in the second. Another run. A runner in the 4th inning. Oh, 1 here to JP. Boy, he's a short armer, isn't he? 1-1. Jimmy out of Tampa, Florida. Went to the University of South Florida, right there in his hometown.
Yeah, the one thing, even though he is even here in the count, that they really like about him is he doesn't fall behind anyone, and his ability to slow the game down really has impressed them, and that's why he's in this situation with a little bit of traffic on.
1-2 to JP.
J.P. Crawford was thinking about tying up this game with that swing, but I like that about Jimmy. Jimmy, he kind of takes 2 swings for himself, but once he gets 2 strikes, all of a sudden you see him start to dial it back and realize what needs to be done within the game.
Old school stirrup guy, yep. Too. 1-2, 2 out, 2 on. Popped it up. It's playable. Third baseman Matt Duffy. Mariners leave 2 more. That's 3, 4, 5, 7 they've left on through 5.
Baseball's biggest moments are live on MLB Big Inning. MLB.tv's nightly show takes you from game to game for all the grand slams, no-hitters, walk-offs, and more as they happen.
Wow, he can do it all!
Don't miss the ultimate baseball highlight reel.
This is some kind of awesome.
After your game ends, the action's just heating up on MLB Big Inning. Every night on MLB.tv.
To the track, to the wall. He made the catch.
Catch your team.
Oh, what a play.
My team.
He lifts and makes the catch.
Every team.
As good as it gets.
Only on MLB Network.
A lead over the Mariners. Welcome back to T-Mobile Park. Tom Glasgow with you from the Ford Sports Desk. It has been a busy day of Major League Soccer, including the 2 Northwest teams taking on the 2 LA teams. Let's start first of all with the Sounders across the street over at Lumen Field taking on LAFC. That one ends in a 1-1 draw. The Timbers were in Southern California against the Galaxy. That one also ended 1-1. The only prediction I can make regarding the game you're watching, it will not end in a tie. Let's send it back upstairs.
Thank you, sir. And I'm so glad to hear that. It might go extras, but it's not going to end in a tie.
It'll undoubtedly go extras, right?
Split doubleheader if ever worked.
Yeah. 4 games in 48 hours, of course.
Line drive to Toro. And that retires Taylor Ward. Take a look at the Chevy Silverado, Northwest Chevy Silverado drive of the game. Yep, Mike Trout, 2-2 pitch. Julio could not get to it.
Yeah, 32 home runs, most by a visiting player. It's 32 after today. And you look at the blue home runs from Thursday, and then again the red ones from today. What you notice though is almost everything is just up the middle and to right with this guy Mike Trout. He's just so incredibly strong to opposite field.
See if Tommy can go upstairs on him. He does there, gets a foul ball, and he's ahead 0-2. Tony's on deck. 289 with 20 home runs. That was after he had a slump of something like 0 for 26. That hurt.
That stinks.
Off the left knee area.
One thing Trout's so good at is pulling his hands in, but it's impossible to pull your hands in on this pitch right here as Tommy Malone's ball just keeps on coming in. I mean, this almost hit his back hip. About that, RBIs this series. Mike Trout was 7, the rest of the team 3. I know it's a team game, but
You got a special player here, you ride him. One and two. Was fast enough to get it. It's in the old triangle, base hit. You got to play deep. He drops one in between Frazier, Crawford, and Rodriguez.
Yeah, Trout just misses this one a little bit. His timing is usually so good, but in the way that he just missed that one, obviously it helped him there, because to your point, Dave, you got to play him deep.
Tommy Milone on in relief of the starter Penn Murfee. Went 2 innings of 1 hit ball, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Tommy's given up just the 1 run, the home run to Trout. That was the 3rd hit by the Angels. Here's Ohtani, strike 1. Shohei, a couple fly balls, 1 to left, 1 to right.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the adjustments that players need to make throughout the course of a season or within an at-bat. And I was talking to Jeremy Reed about Ohtani, and he was saying, you know, yeah, when he first came over here, he had the big leg kick. And I was like, what? I don't remember Ohtani with the big leg kick, because you see now he just tilts that front heel and then puts it straight into the ground and is able to generate so much power. But I went back and I looked at video from spring training 2018, and sure enough, big high leg kick. And you know, Jeremy Reed, the Angels hitting coach, former Mariner, said he just realized really quickly that that kind of swing wasn't going to play here at the major league level with everything else and the sequencing in his swing. And so he went right away into the ground, and by the time he got his first major league hit, and I saw video of that, there it was, you know, heel into the ground, and he's able to still generate so much torque that way.
All he did was hit 46 home runs last year, win MVP. Great hitting and great pitching.
I really do hope that he is a catalyst here in the United States, where more and more people will be two-way players. Take a look at our EQC tracer, 76 miles per hour, and that one nearly got Ohtani there, lost his helmet. But I hope we see more players here in the States doing both.
Or I hope that they're allowed to do it too.
Yeah, there's so much specialization, and it doesn't need to happen.
3-2, infield pulled around to the right, and he was fooled there. And long enough arms to keep it alive, fouled the ball off.
But don't be fooled. Don't be fooled with Ohtani. How many times have we seen him look really, really ugly on a pitch, and you think you've got him right where you want him, and then next thing you know, your neck's jerked back watching him leave the yard.
I remember watching him. We were in Anaheim a few years ago after he was coming off the IL for a stint. I can't remember what it was, but I remember him. He must have hit 20 balls oppo in BP. Show that he was ready to go. 3-2 pitch here. Flips this one foul. Shohei Ohtani battling Tommy Milone. Three and two. Trout at first. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 down. Slowest. Tommy Milone, second strikeout.
Yeah, finally he gets him on the curveball, and this one is in the zone, and it just drops out of the zone. And that's what makes Tommy Milone's curveball so effective, because it starts in the zone and then just drops out. Sometimes you'll see these curveballs that they're up out of the zone and then they'll drop into the zone for a strike. No, not Tommy's.
2 out, 6th inning. Matt Duffy, cleanup man today for the Angels. 0 for 2, fly to right, and a strikeout. Strike 1.
Tommy goes right back to the curveball to get ahead.
Oh, 1. Boy, he is just tantalizing these guys with way off speed pitches.
Yeah, Tommy's changeup down and into the lefties, and just kind of dives away from the righties like Matt Duffy.
0-2, 2 outs. Trout at first. 1-2. One and two here to Duffy. Ty France, nice shovel to Tommy Malone. Fine operation. Trout single, not costly at all. Mariners down 1-0.
I hate when reality.
It's like the hitters know what I'm gonna throw every time.
It's cheating. It's not fair.
Hi, I'm retired MLB pitcher CC Sabathia, and pitchers across America are sad. If I was still pitching, I'd be sad too. But since I'm retired and my son Carson's a hitter, we love win reality.
Yeah, I train in here and get to see game speed pitches, work on my timing, and my pitch recognition. Plus, this pitcher doesn't get tired like...
Watch yourself.
Should Viagra really cost $90? We don't think so. RexMD.com has FDA-approved generic Viagra at 90% off with free shipping. Want to know what other guys are saying about RexMD.com?
This was my first time using telemedicine, and I'd recommend this process to anyone. I couldn't be happier with the product.
Visit RexMD.com and fill out a brief survey. If appropriate, you can try generic Viagra for 90% off and get a free supply of testosterone support. Your consultation is free, there's no copays, and no doctor office visits. Visit RexMD.com.
Hey, it's me. The summer breeze. I just flew back into town. Let's get outside. Much better.
Mariners are celebrating Juneteenth and Father's Day. The team wraps up this 5-game series against the Angels at 110. There's 10,000 dads can pick up a Seattle Steelheads cap thanks to EQC. So bring out Dad to a great Father's Day at the ballpark and grab seats at mariners.com. Mariners down 1-0. We go bottom 6. Slinging skinny right-hander Jimmy Herget. Ball 1 to Dylan Moore. Justin Upton and Abraham Toro to follow. Demo has struck out twice today. Both times swinging. Almost hitting. 2-0. Dylan a home run. First at bat, third inning in the first game. Got hit by a pitch in the 7th inning and then went on to steal second and came around to score in the 7th. This one hit right to Rengifo. One away here in the bottom of the 6th. 1 run in this game. Mike Trout home run in the 3rd. 4 hits in the series, all of them home runs for Mike.
So we should feel good about the fact that he just dumped that single into center field.
Yeah, I mean, right now, yeah, my biggest concern, let's see these guys get some runs. I mean, Trout's going to be Trout. Got to answer it.
It is one of those things where you just want to make someone else in this Angels lineup beat you. I mean, you know that Ohtani can do damage. Taylor Ward has gotten off to a great start. But you look at the home runs and you look at the damage. You got Ward, Trout, Ohtani, and then not a whole lot else on the damage front with this Angels lineup. In fact, today, no one with more than 4 home runs to the rest of the order.
1-1 to Upton, looking for his first hit as a Mariner. Two balls, 1 strike. Upton made his debut Friday and went 0 for 2. Got hit in the head yesterday. This one popped up and it is playable.
2 outs. And a very quiet 2 outs, 6th inning. Now, quick word from Sound Credit Union.
You want to see your dollar go farther? How about closer? At Sound Credit Union, members help each other and make a difference in their communities. Sound Credit Union. Invested in we.
2 outs. Here's Toro. 0 for 2. Strikeout. Fly to center.
Toro gets to move over to the left side for his first at bat from the left side, which he typically has a little bit more power from.
One. Slapped the other way, going foul.
You know, it's interesting over the last few years, Dave, you haven't seen as many switch hitters. In fact, when Toro and Cal Raleigh were in the lineup, it had been years since the Mariners had 2 switch hitters in the same lineup. And then you look over at the Angels as well, and you've got Rengifo and Velasquez, both switch hitters as well. 2 switch hitters in their lineup too.
Here's 1-2, and he spoiled a good job there. I want to take a chance of getting punched out there.
Take a peek at this one with our EQC tracer. 76 miles per hour curveball, and you know, when that's coming in, you don't really know with the break that Herget has on that if he's going to be able to sort of land that back door to you. So Abraham Toro does a great job of just fighting it off.
Bounces this one, fair ball, takes McKinnon right to the bag, and again, no noise from the Mariners offense. We go to the 7th.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy.
What?
And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts.
Seriously?
Performances, too.
Oh, come on!
Game Time finds you the best last-minute deals and guarantees the lowest price.
Am I underdressed?
Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Prescription eyewear can be really expensive, but here's the secret. Glasses don't actually cost that much to make. Surprise! Especially when you design your own eyewear and then sell it directly to your customers. Like we do. Oh, hi, we're Warby Parker. Our glasses start at $95, including prescription lenses. And the best part? You could try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com.
Casino, bet, watch, and win at the all-new EQC Sportsbook. Emerald Queen Casino and Hotel, the betting capital of the Northwest. And by Xfinity, supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi, unbeatable internet only from Xfinity. Game 2, this split doubleheader, 1-0 Angels on a Mike Trout home run. We check in again with Tom Glasgow.
All right, David, from the Forward Sports Desk, how about a little hockey for you? Stanley Cup Finals are underway. And after a thrilling Game 1 that went to overtime, won by Colorado at home over the Tampa Bay Lightning, tonight in Game 2, a blowout. 7-0 Avalanche over a Lightning team seeking to three-peat. So a 2-0 series advantage for the Avalanche heading into Game 3. And if you're a Kraken fan, you know the next big event for Seattle's hockey team, July 7th, the first round of the NHL entry draft. Let's send it back upstairs.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. And the Lightning will be looking to even things up when they get back to Tampa as they try to three-peat. Sergio Romo, the venerable right hand, 3 World Series ring winner with the Giants, takes over.
You're going to see sinker, slider, changeup with Sergio Romo. We mentioned it off the top of the broadcast. I was kind of hoping that he was going to be the opener. He was the original opener when baseball started messing with this. He was with Tampa Bay against these Angels, and wouldn't that be a kind of another little full circle moment for him in his career?
Well, he left one up, and Rengifo hit it hard. Good speed out of the box. He's going for 2. He'll shut it right down right there. The leadoff double, his second double tonight.
Yeah, he just left that changeup about 80 miles per hour. EQC, or excuse me, not EQC, McDonald's McDelivery Supermo gives us another peek at it and just rips this down the line.
Three for 7 in the doubleheader, all doubles to the pull side and right field. So Tyler Wade is going to pinch run for Rengifo.
Tommy Milone ends up going 4 innings and scatters the 2 hits. Unfortunately, one of those hits was the home run to Mike Trout. Gets a couple of strikeouts, but good with his control tonight. This is one thing that he does so well. Fill up the strike zone, 0 walks.
Jared Walsh is going to pitch hit for David McKinnon. Walsh batted in the 4 spot first game and went 0 for 3 with a walk, couple of strikeouts. Gotta be careful. He's got 11 homers and 36 runs batted in.
Yeah, you get the idea with pinch running for Rengifo and pinch hitting for David McKinnon that this is Phil Nevin's best chance at pushing another run across here late in the game.
One-0 to Walsh. Jared Walsh, when the Angels were going really well, they worked their way to 11 games beyond 500 before the ship turned around and went the wrong direction. He was right in the middle of it, he and Taylor Ward.
Yeah, power bat notoriously.
And that
streaky.
gets off the glove of Cal. Oh, goodness. Over to third. Sorry, Andrew.
I just Jared Walsh was just, to your point, he was in the middle of it, and he's a bit of a streaky hitter.
Yeah, wild pitch. A runner at third with nobody out, and the count in the favor of Walsh pinch hitting, 2-1. Pinch hitting for David McKinnon. He's making his big league debut at first base. Walsh will stay on the play first. Infield comes up close. High drive, deep right field, and the Angels now have a 3-0 lead. Absolutely no question about that one. 2-run bomb by Walsh.
Yeah,
12th and RBIs 37 and 38.
When he stacks things up, he has the might and ability to impact the baseball. For him, I think it's about syncing up. You see the big leg kick, but when he can align and sync up those big movements, he really can do damage.
You can hear the crowd ooh and ah. Sergio giving up a home run here. In tight to Max Stassi. That's a 12th home run given up by Romo. Beg your pardon, his 6th. Beg your pardon, his 6th in game number 17 for him.
And when we saw him get touched up by Mike Trout earlier in this series as well, another home run, just a little bit snake bit. But it's tough sometimes when you're not throwing at a super high velocity. You've really got to be able to hit your spots. And,
yeah, don't miss.
Yeah, don't miss.
Stassi today has walked and fouled out to Cal Raleigh. Well, that's a quick blow there. Sergio gives up a ringing double and a long home run. First Angel, not named Mike Trout, a homer in this series.
Are you trying to make me feel better, Dave?
Just reporting. Just telling the story. Jared Walsh, that thing went 414. Wow. 2-2.
I know everybody falls in love with the distances and the exit velocity. When it comes to home runs, particularly for the opponents, I'm like, I'm going to steal the line from Major League. Who cares? It's gone. Thought it was too high. Who cares? It's gone.
The age we're in right now, everything is documented with numbers. Nice stop. Almost there. Got through Cal. And Romo's worked the count full here, 3-2. To Max Stassi, the catcher. You got left fielder Juan Lagares on deck. Nobody out, 2 runs in.
You saw Cal kind of go down to block it, and then he went, oh, yeah, there's nobody on.
Sergio Romo turned 39 back in March. His 15th year in the big leagues. And this is appearance number 815 for him, second only to Joe Smith. Among active players, most games appeared in the pitcher's high pop. All kinds of hang time. Julio taking charge. First out here in the 7th inning. Kansas City beat Oakland 2-0. Told you about the Yanks 4-0 against Toronto final. How about Detroit turned it around on Texas? A couple of touchdowns in that, 3 touchdowns in that game. 14-7 Toronto over Texas. White Sox blew out Houston 7-0. There's Brandon Marsh. He's pinch hitting for Lagares. Everybody getting a chance to play today. It's a high pop, long run. Dylan Moore still coming on. Watch yourself. That second row.
Dylan Moore does a nice job of just a couple steps earlier than that. He took his eyes off of it to figure out where the wall was, knew exactly where it was, and tried to lean up against it and pull that one back. It was just a little too far into the stance.
0-1 pitch here.
But that's a really important skill for an outfielder, is to be able to take your eye off of the ball, either when you're going back on the ball or if you're going to run into foul territory and come in contact with the ball. It's nice to be able to take your eye off, figure out where you are, and pick it back up. But
stay on those toes, too.
Yeah, not a lot of guys can do that.
You don't want that ball bouncing up and down on you.
And a good way for kids when they're just kind of figuring that out is to pick a point, like the top of a foul pole or the top of a fence, and run with your eyes focused on that point. And if it's bouncing, well, you got to smooth things out just a little bit.
Strike 2 to Marsh. 1 out, 2 runs in. Marsh pinch hitting for Lagares, who went 0 for 2. Anthony Velasquez is on deck.
And another thing, because I'm just doling out more information for the little campers, is for outfielders, if you play the outfield, go ahead and take your lap with your glove on. Get used to running with your glove on.
Dylan Moore got a good break on it. Well done. Quality defender, 2 outs. And make sure you start your holiday weekend with a bang at T-Mobile Park. The Mariners' next fireworks show is coming up on Friday, July 1. The Mariners will be facing the A's, and we're going to be celebrating the red, white, and blue. So lock in your seats for patriotic fireworks night at mariners.com/fireworks and get 2 great shows for the price of 1. Here's Velasquez. 0 for 2 night for him. Swing and a miss. A little dribbler out in front of the plate. Cal Raleigh threw him out, and he also lined out to Dylan Moore.
Yeah, we just saw Dylan Moore having to come in on that line drive, and the last time Velasquez was at the plate, he had to go back on that line drive. And usually the distinction is if it's above your eyes, go back. If you're below your eyes, come in. But it's the hardest thing to read, the line drive right out you for an outfielder.
Sergio trying to get the final out. He went double 2-run homer and 2 flies, and now trying to put Velasquez away at 1-2. That is up the middle for a base hit. Two-out base runner, top of the order, Taylor Ward, and guess who's next after Ward? If he doesn't get Ward, you get Trout.
So what I heard is get Taylor Ward.
That is the predominant theme almost any time we play. You see the Angels. I like to say he's looming.
Nice job right there for Cal by getting that strike. You kind of saw Cal's glove come around that pitch and then bring it back, almost like an outfielder's angle on a ball, or an infielder when he kind of comes around and loops a ground ball and gets his momentum going towards first base. That's exactly what Cal did with his glove there to steal that strike.
Two out, no man aboard. Runner goes. Throw down to second. Not in time. Stolen base for Velasquez.
See Cal make a nice transfer and a perfect throw, but I feel like that one was probably stolen just a little bit more on Romo and the jump that Velasquez was able to get.
Counts at 1-1. Way outside. Two and one. Popped it up. It's out of play. Velasquez with that stolen base, 9 for 9. Count 2-2, 2 out, runner at second, Mike Trout on deck.
And as good as 9 for 9 is nowadays in Major League Baseball, Julio Rodriguez nearly has him doubled up with 17. Leading
2-2.
Nice.
Swing and a miss. So you don't have to face Trout with anybody aboard. Mariners on the short end right now. They're down 3-0. Adam Frazier, Cal Raleigh, and Julio Rodriguez coming up.
There's more to baseball than just the game.
Who's the biggest jokester in that clubhouse?
MLB Network's Off Base, the show that talks about baseball and everything around it.
The sky's the limit. That's why we love this sport.
Off Base, only on MLB Network. Watch games and coverage all day, every day, your way on MLB Network.
Would you play all of Washington wins? In fact, over the last 10 years, more than $1.2 billion have been contributed to education. Roof is covering us here at the ballpark, T-Mobile Park here in Seattle, Washington. Glad you've joined us. Working with Angie Mentink tonight in Game 2 of the split doubleheader. I'm Dave Sims. 3-0 Angels. Brandon Marsh takes over in left field. Tyler Wade at second. Jimmy Herget continues on the mound for the Angels. Adam Frazier leading off. He's 0 for 2. And Jared Walsh, he's at first base. Frazier 0 for 2, a strikeout looking and a ground out to first.
Mariners have done a really great job tonight of getting traffic on, but we've kind of seen this way too often. 480 times the Mariners have left runners on base heading into this doubleheader. They've had a lot of traffic today in Game 1 and now Game 2, and just haven't been able to get that big hit to push things across.
Lead the majors in men left on base. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, and Dave, that's the thing. I know, and I'm, me down catching. I'm very forward thinking in when it comes to analytics. But the one good old stat that I like more than anything, like 2 out RBIs. Somehow, some way, how do you get him in? You got him over, got him on, got him over. How do you get him in?
Slicing drive, be taken care of by Marsh. Just into the game, and the ball finds him immediately. 1 away. For more of the best coverage of the game, let's watch the T-Mobile coverage cam in action. How about Cal Raleigh? It's a good defensive play right here. Tommy Malone smart enough to stay out of the way.
Yeah, that was Andrew Velasquez with the little one that Cal Raleigh jumped all over. He moves it moves well for a big guy.
As nice, my explosive. Good friend and Hall of Fame football player James Lofton always says, short area quickness is very good. Swing and a miss.
Runs the 40 really well. The 60, no.
Yeah. Mariners' last hit, a Ty France single back in the 5th. And that was the first base hit since they got a base knock from Cal Raleigh in the 2nd.
Yeah, 5 through 9 tonight for the Mariners have scuffled quite a bit. And to your point, Dave, Cal Raleigh checking in with the only hit in batters 5 through 9.
Get double-barreled action out there. Sheffield and Barucki, couple of left-handers. Sheffield called up here for the double-header. Be the 27th man. 1-1 to Cal. Here's how they shift on him, and StatCast powered by Google Cloud. Two and 1 to Cal Raleigh. 1 out, nobody on. Two and 2.
It's one of those pitches, and Cal's obviously hitting from the left side for the first time tonight against Herget. But it's like you're glad that you saw that curveball on strike 2 versus having 2 strikes and seeing that one for the first time.
Got to work here. 2 and 2. And a pitch from Herget. Popped it up. Long run for Duffy. He's going to get there. Almost overran. 2 outs. So get back to the top of the order, and Julio, make sure you get a jump start on your summer plans with a Mariners Flex membership. Choose your games and seats all season long. Plus, save at least 10% or more on those tickets. Pay no fees and get priority access to 2023 All-Star Week. Make sure you get on board today for as little as $600 at mariners.com/flex. 2 outs. Here's Julio. 3-0. The home runs have been the story. Trout a solo blast, 3rd inning, 2-run shot by Walsh in the 7th.
Sure is fun to watch this guy play. He plays with such joy, and it seems like every single time he goes out, he just gets better and better. Makes another adjustment, closes up another hole in his swing.
1-1 to Julio. Open up the home first. Hard double to left field on a 1-0 pitch. That's down the line. That's a fair ball. And a nice job by David Arrieta to jump over that baseball. The third base umpire. Another double for Julio Rodriguez. Kept it fair. 2 doubles tonight gives him 13 on the season. Now watch the umpire get out of the way.
This pitch never gets to the outer half of the plate and just kind of sits on middle in for Julio, and he catches it a little bit out front and at the edge of his bat, but whoo! It's the one time you don't mind getting megged.
David Arrieta, tip of the cap, my man. We've seen umpires go through a lot, and he was paying attention. Here's Ty France the other way. Oh, friendly hop. Walsh takes care of it. Julio stranded at second. To the 8th we go.
Hey kids, join MLB Network and your favorite players for a show made just for you. Play ball. It's all the big moments, bat flips, and amazing plays from an exciting week of baseball and tips to up your game. Saturdays 10 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network.
Baseball's biggest moments are live on MLB Big Inning. MLB.TV's nightly show takes you from game to game for all the grand slams, no-hitters, walk-offs, and more as they happen.
Wow, he can do it all!
Don't miss the ultimate baseball highlight reel.
This is some kind of awesome.
After your game ends, the action's just heating up on MLB Big Inning. Every night on MLB.TV.
Day offensively for the Mariners, losing game 1 of a doubleheader 4-2 and now trailing the Angels 3-0 in the nightcap. Tom Glasgow with you from the Ford Sports Desk. You know what? It's time to play a little hashtag Where I Root as we check in on Mariners fans out and about, sometimes even right here in the ballpark. Our first photo, speaking of, from Elegant Affairs, thanks Suarez for the ball. Way to go, Eugenio. Nice to make that fan's day. From Ben White, 24 hours old and already representing Mariners from the UK. Welcome to the world. That's a terrific photo. And finally from Sea Life, my son graduated last night, dropped a real King Felix on him. So dope, says Sea Life. Congratulations to all the grads, high school, college, elementary school. Everybody's graduating at the different levels these days. Let's send it back upstairs.
Hey, John, that's a great graduation picture, pulling a Felix. Gotta love it. Welcome back, Justice Sheffield.
Welcome back, Justice Sheffield, right? He was designated as the 27th man today. We were hoping we were going to be able to see him at some point today. I know he's been working really hard down in AAA Tacoma. And the objective, the focus when they sent him down was to control the zone, throw strikes with all 3 pitches, and he did that.
His key is get the slider over. Oh, by the way, we want you in the game, and there's a guy named wearing number 27 to start the 8th inning. He's going to be leading off, so be careful. Mike Trout.
Welcome back. You're facing Mike Trout.
Trouty has struck out looking, homered, and singled to center. Fly ball, staying in the yard. 1 out. Dylan Moore puts it away. Celebrate the reigning AL Rookie of the Month with J-Rod Squad Ticket Special. Now, during all 3 games of the Mariners' upcoming series against the Orioles, June 27, 28, 29. Sections 102 through 104, they're going to be dedicated to the J-Rod Squad. Plus, you can pick up a J-Rod Show t-shirt. So get your seats right now, mariners.com/J-Rod. Trout's back in the dugout. Still got to get Ohtani. Strike 1.
Yeah, he retires Mike Trout with the slider, and there's no secret about it. He allowed way too much damage on the slider last year, but here's the beauty of that pitch. He doesn't have to change the shape of it. No need for more depth or more sweep to it. He just has to throw it with conviction. That's what they wanted him to do down in Tacoma, and what he did, and that's why he's back.
Ohtani 2 for 12 in the series coming into this AB. 1 out, nobody on. Top 8. Oh, made him look bad too. Cal applied the tag. It's a big strikeout. 2 down.
Another slider as we look at our EQC tracer, and all Ohtani can do is wave at that. The week before he left, before he went down, they made a change to his slider to make it more effective. They want that low and away to the lefties, and that's exactly what he did there to Ohtani.
Here's Matt Duffy, 2 out, nobody on. Top 8. Angels 3 runs on 6 hits. The Mariners no runs, 5 hits. Sheffield way upstairs to Duffy. So for 3 tonight. Fly to right, strike out, and a ground out the first. Sharply hit, but a nice one-hopper to Toro. Back to the dugout go the Mariners. Still time. Ty France, Eugenio Suarez, J.P. Crawford coming up. Nice return by Justice Sheffield. Well done.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stand. Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw. Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza! The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Tomey. That ball is gone.
106. That would be a new record.
It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions. It is gone.
Every time he steps up to the plate, goes into his windup,
Swing and a miss.
or runs one down.
He caught it. Oh, you won't see a better one than that.
He competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
To you by the Washington State Department of Revenue, returning forgotten money to people like you and doing it daily. Visit claimyourcash.org. And by the Western Washington Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Looking west towards Beacon Hill on this cloudy evening. Game 2 of a split doubleheader. Angels lead at 3-0. They won the first game 4-2. Mike Trout with a home run again here tonight. He had a 2-run homer to win it in 10 in the first game, and a 2-run homer by Jared Walsh. Mariners trying to get something going. It'll be Suarez, Crawford, Moore coming up here in the 8th against Jimmy Herget, who came on in the 5th. And Jimmy, in his 3 innings of work, no runs and 1 hit. And he's walked 1 and struck out 1. To right field, and it's caught out there by Taylor Ward, beg your pardon, as we have 1 out here in the 8th inning. In print and online at SeattleTimes.com. The Seattle Times delivers deep sports coverage to your home, desktop, phone, or tablet. Make the most of this season. Visit SeattleTimes.com/subscribe to sign up now. Suarez gone. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. Brings up J.P. Crawford. Trying to get the ball out of the infield for the first time tonight. Grounded out to first, grounded out to second, and fouled out to Duffy at third.
This shift makes a lot more sense to me than the way a lot of teams were shifting, but I still like, you see JP's swing right there, and he is looking to go with the third baseman off the line just the other way and find a way to sneak one in. He's got incredible bat to ball skills.
Just pull all the way around to the right. Not much anymore. Right now he's in an 0-2 hole. Time granted. Oh, 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball popped up. Duffy's under it. Another quiet inning underway for the Mariners here. 2 down, 8th inning. Dylan Moore, a couple of strikeouts and a ground out. Make that Taylor Trammell now. He'll pinch hit. Let's see if he's going to be aggressive. First couple of pitches, try to make something happen here with 2 outs, down by the count of 3-0. Taylor in the first game started in right field, went 0 for 2 before being lifted for a pinch hitter. Cal Rowell doesn't go after the first pitch and fouls it off his foot, and that's gotta hurt.
It stings just a little bit. I like Taylor Trammell though being really aggressive. You know, Herget's going to try to get out in front of you, and this slider just kind of keeps coming in on his hands and hit the top half of it right into his leg. Good thing for Taylor Trammell, he's got really, really big, strong legs.
The 0-1.
I was teasing him about it the other day. He's like, it's God-given.
Wonderful kid.
Genetics.
Yeah.
Oh, such a good kid.
Talking football with him one time, we talked about he had something like 2,100 yards rushing his senior year in high school, and ridiculous amount of touchdowns, something like 36 touchdowns. And he's glad he chose baseball.
Yeah, he can flat out move. He's such a strong guy. Look at this, how he pulls his hand, courtesy of our EQC Tracy, in on that inside pitch. Isn't able to quite keep it fair, but you can see how he can impact a baseball.
1-2, 2 out, nobody on. And he takes a called third strike.
That's a tough sequence.
Mariners down 1, 2, 3. We go top 9, all Angels.
Baseball's biggest moments are live on MLB Big Inning. MLB.tv's nightly show takes you from game to game for all the grand slams, no-hitters, walk-offs, and more as they happen.
Wow, he can do it all!
Don't miss the ultimate baseball highlight reel.
This is some kind of awesome.
After your game ends, the action's just heating up on MLB Big Inning. Every night on MLB.tv.
With you from the Ford Sports Desk. You know, we had you covered with baseball with the Mariners game. We've also talked hockey and soccer. So why not some rugby, Major League Rugby? And congratulations to the Seattle Seawolves. They win the Western Conference title. They beat the Houston SaberCats 46-27 to advance to the championship game, where they'll play either the New England Free Jacks or Rugby New York on June 25th. The Seawolves, a team that you'll sometimes see right here on Root Sports. Congratulations. They're thinking championship, playing a little bit of rugby as we send it upstairs.
All right, John, thank you. Congratulations indeed. Here's Justice Sheffield. He continues on here in the ninth. Pitched a 1-2-3 eighth with a fly-out strikeout and a ground-out. He's got Tyler Wade here. Came on as a pinch runner in the seventh. First plate appearance, and he's retired on a line drive to Gino.
Tyler Wade put a really nice swing on this inside-out swing. This was on the outer half. He just went with it, but Eugenio Suarez just stationed right there. And boy, has he played a great third base. I mean, that ball was stung. He's got his feet on the grass there and makes a nice pivot and yanks that in. But boy, has he been fun to watch at third base.
Walsh going up there ripping. Fouls one off, two-run homer. Seventh inning. Little breathing room for the Angels. Taking the lead to 3-0 after Trout put them on the board in the third. Solo home run right center field with 2 outs. Hit hard. Oh, that ate him up. That thing was smoked. Base hit. And it took some incoming on that one.
Yeah, Walsh is just so strong, and this one is on Eugenio fast. I hope his shin's okay, because it looked like it missed the glove and hit his leg. Yeah, that hurts me just watching that. Yep. I'd rub it, Eugenio. I know you don't want to, kiddo, but I would totally rub that thing. I liked it when the trainer came out and was like, "Where does it hurt?" And I'm like, "Rub it, please. Rub it. Please rub it." After you get hit by a pitch, you can't rub it, but the trainer can.
Please honor the request. 1 out, 1 on. Max Stassi walk and an 0 for 2. Fouled out to Cal and fly to center to Julio. Mariners will have 6, 7, and 8 coming up in the home ninth. Upton, Toro, and Frazier. One and 1. Don't forget to join us tomorrow. First pitch 1:10. Pregame at 12:30. Logan Gilbert, Kenny Rosenberg. Pitching matchup. Mariners will travel to the Bay Area on Monday. 3 with Oakland and 4. They got 3 with the Angels before coming home. It'll be a quick roadie. Come home for Baltimore and Oakland.
Great slider there. Our EQC tracer shows us how Sheffield can get ahead of guys by landing that slider in the strike zone, and then once he's ahead, they want to see him throw that slider out of the strike zone.
Bouncing ball to Suarez.
Hurry.
That is a heck of a play by Toro. Good speed getting up the line. Stassi. They do get the lead runner. 5-4. Fielder's choice for Stassi. He's aboard.
Eugenio wanting to make sure he's got one. Takes Toro across the bag and into Walsh. Toro, a little jump over the runner, but just not able to get enough on this throw to be in time over at first base and complete the double play. Stassi was hustling for a catcher.
Careful, we have catchers, representatives are all around the building.
I think that I have made it very clear that I'm very partial to catchers, Dave, today.
Don't disparage the running ability of the athletic catchers. 1-0 here to Marsh.
And I've got one from my loins. First from my loins catcher, last from my loins center fielder. So I like catchers. That's why we get along so well, Dave.
That's exactly right. 2-0. Took a lot off. Got a strike.
Nice. That slider, once again, Sheffield's able to land it. And I think for some people, they think, oh, like he's pitching backwards. Well, it's not pitching backwards if you don't have a great fastball. You're not establishing a fastball. You got a great slider, establish your slider.
Bouncing ball to Toro. Easy play, and here we go. Bottom 9. Scheduled. Upton, Toro, Frazier. Sheffield, nice job out of the pen.
And here are the first images.
Hello, everyone. You don't have to leave the solar system to watch MLB Network. Just sign in with your TV provider info at MLBnetwork.com or through the MLB app. MLB Network, just about anywhere in the known universe. Watch games and coverage all day, every day, your way on MLB Network.
Access this Sunday. We're going to take you to Tacoma, visit the Rainiers, have updates with Jared Kelnick and Matt Brash. And if you do miss Sunday's episode, tune in for re-airs throughout the week on Root Sports. We go bottom 9 here. 3-0 Angels. Check in again with Tom Glasgow.
All right, Dave, from the Ford Sports Desk. White Sox over Houston today, 7-0. A rough outing for Justin Verlander. Pulled in the 4th after giving up 7 runs, 4 earned. But he did have 3 strikeouts in the game to move past CC Sabathia into 16th place on the all-time strikeout list with 3,094. Get your rally caps on, folks. It's now or never for the M's.
Right you are, Tom. Going to see Jesse Winker pinch hit for Justin Upton. He'll go against the veteran right-hander Archie Bradley.
I got to be honest, I'm shocked to see him back out there. I know he threw in the first game, and I didn't think we'd see him here in the second.
Archie Bradley gave up an RBI single in the 7th inning to Julio. Then got a strikeout and a ground out to end the inning.
Fastball, curve, and change from Archie Bradley. Most of the time you're going to see that fastball. Close to 30% you'll see the curve, but he also has a change that he'll throw every once in a while, about 15% of the time.
Jesse Winker, strike 1 to him. He took a called 3rd strike to end the first game in the 10th inning. Mariners started the day 159 called 3rd strikes, 3rd in the major leagues to Arizona and the Angels. Fly ball left field. Marsh towards the corner, in the corner on the track, makes the catch. One away, brings up Abraham Toro. He's 0 for 3. Jim Harrigan turned in some nice work for the Angels. Coming out of the pen. 3 2/3, 1 hit, 1 strikeout.
Yeah, Phil Nevin really has not had to tap his bullpen a whole lot in either one of these games today.
Strike 1 to Toro, 0 for 3. Mariners have just 5 hits. You got 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the 5th, and 1 in the 7th.
It goes to show you how valuable somebody like Herget is that can give you a bunch of innings.
Shortstop cut in front of the second baseman makes the play. Nicely done. Actually, that was Tyler Wade cutting in front of Velasquez. Quick 2 outs.
You're a little worried about how this one was going to pan out here, but Wade's ends up taking it, and Toro nearly went into Walsh because the throw took him a little bit more into the middle of the line.
That hurt. Certainly loud. Strike 1. Frazier 0 for 3, strikeout looking, ground out the first, fly to left. Mariners have been struck out 8 times here in this ballgame. Struck out 10 times in the first game. 2 out, nobody on, bottom 9. Backhand, jump throw, and that is your ball game as the Angels take a doubleheader. 4-2 and 3-0. It's the 9th time the Mariners have been shut out this season, and they now fall to 3-7 on this homestand with 1 more game coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, you certainly would have liked to see the Mariners be able to get some of that traffic in tonight. But the one thing that I do take away from this one is really good to see Justice Sheffield and how effective he was. Penn Murfee, who was your opener as well, with another solid outing. So the pitching did a really nice job. Mike Trout once again finds a way to make it hurt against the Seattle Mariners.
It is something. There's no doubt about it. 3-0 Angels for Angie Menting. Ange, great job.
You. Hey,
enjoyed it.
Pleasure. I enjoyed
First time we got a chance to actually do this. We talked about it for a long time, and it came to fruition.
Hey,
Good.
And well done today. Doubleheader, my friends.
Thank you.
That's fantastic.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. For Angie Menting, I'm Dave Sims. Mariners postgame starts right now with Brad and Ryan, Roland Smith. Fellas.
All right, Dave, Angie, great job by you guys. Great job, Dave, going 2. Unfortunately, great job by the Angels going 2. They have the 3rd time now they have swept the Mariners in a doubleheader, as Dave said. Ryan, they're dropping to 3-7 on the homestand. They've been shut out for the 9th time this year. 3rd time this homestand. The bats just have not come alive like we were hoping.
Yeah, and you feel like when you got this guy coming in, you heard about the groin and if you could be slowed down just a little bit, but not here in T-Mobile. This was an absolute heartbreaker in the 10th inning. They decided to pitch to him. They had him or Ohtani pick your poison. This is in the first game.
And then game 2 tonight, Tommy Milone pitched great. Only gave up 2 hits, both to Trout. This one off the plate changeup, and he's still able to hit it out.
No one owns down and away, especially against lefties. Something soft down and away is just his happy zone. He has just got so much power. That short stroke to the ball, doesn't try and do too much with that pitch, and just drives that thing opposite field. He just turns into it. I know he's a superstar. I know he's the best player in the game, but he just goes to another level here. It's insane.
And talking to him yesterday about it, he said he didn't really know why or what the deal was. He likes the backdrop here. He likes the batter's eye. But as far as explaining why he has 51 home runs now, here, more than Justin Smoke, more than Cammy, more than Junior here at T-Mobile Park, he has no good reason why. But the Angels certainly like it as they sweep the doubleheader tonight, 4-2 and 3-0. Archie Bradley pitches the 9th. He gets to celebrate. Angels take the 3 of 4 of the first 4 of the 5-game series as I try to figure this one out. 5-game series. We'll talk about it coming up tomorrow.